Welcome back to Eunice Lady Cardinal Softball from Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. With Don Morgan alongside, I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us today. As let's try that. Everything got blown around between the games. So, all right, trying to get everything reset back up. So, hi, Dawn. So,
hello.
As they finished up the game before ours and said, okay, we're ready to go with this one. So, we're going to be doing a little bit of scrambling as we get started in this ball game. For Eunice, it looks like they are going to have Stinson on the hill again. So, she did get the complete game and the win in the last game. Nieto will be her battery mate. Playing it first for Eunice, it'll be Rodriguez once again. As playing at second, as I'm writing this down as I go, will be Jones. Playing at shortstop, Zamora once again. Your third baseman will be Gaitan. Playing in left field will be Garcia. Your center fielder is going to be Pierce. And in right field will be Ornelas. So it'll be the exact same lineup that we saw the last time. And of course I put it all on the wrong line, but that's the way it works sometimes. So all right, anyway, so as they take on the number 3 Estancia Lady Bears, leading off for the Lady Bears will be
Karina Villafuerte. Villafuerte, I think is what it is. So Karina Villafuerte, number 10, and plays second base for Estancia.
So Villafuerte will step in. This is the 6-3 matchup. So Stinson in the ring as she prepares, goes for her second game of the day today. And we are underway in the winner's bracket, and that one will be high to Villafuerte for ball number 1. And we will get the score bug here in just a little while, so we'll keep up with that. Don't worry about it. We'll get there. As Villafuerte will step back in. As Stinson will look and deliver, and that one, a nice off-speed pitch. It will hit the inside corner and even things up at 1-1. Gavi Villafuerte waits on deck. And she is catching in the 1-1. Ooh, a little up and in. So that'll make it 2-1 to Karina Villafuerte on at bat, leading things off. Number 3 hitter will be Molly Garcia. And the next pitch will come inside, and that'll be ball number 3. So a little bit of scrambling because they did not get us the lineups until very, very late.
As in minutes ago.
We
can still count on one hand how many minutes ago.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
And Stinson will deliver, and that will be a leadoff walk for Karina Villafuerte as she will trot down to first with the leadoff walk. So 1 on, nobody out. Winner of this game will move on to play at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. The loser will take on probably Mesilla Valley Christian coming up at 5 this afternoon. As Stinson will look in, gets the sign from Nieto, and she'll deal. That one will be low. Runner goes, throw down as Villafuerte going to slide in under a good throw from Nieto and a good tag applied by Jones, but it'll be a stolen base for Villafuerte. As the wind today is was nice this morning, but it is very, very breezy, very, very gusty here this afternoon.
It's blowing into us for the most part from center into home plate, and of course this is a dirt infield, so it's blowing all that dirt right in here.
Yes, it is. And so the next pitch will even things up at 1-1 as that one is going to be fouled away. So yeah, you may hear some coughing and some blinking and
and a lot of wind.
Yeah.
A lot of wind noise on the mics. There's nothing we can do about them. We've got them muffed as much as we can.
But these are the finest fields in the state of New Mexico, as that one is going to be a shot out there, and it will go.
I can't even see because of the dirt.
Yeah,
I can't even see.
It was right as the dirt as Villafuerte. I'm thinking, I don't know what happened there, so we're still trying to figure that out. As now Molly Garcia will step to the plate. I'm thinking maybe it was a line double play. First pitch swung on, and that one is going to be fouled out by Garcia for strike number 1. As we wait for some more softballs to come in as the dirt continues to blow.
So I'm not quite sure. I'm assuming there are 2 outs.
I'm thinking there's got to, that had to have been
2 outs. I mean, seriously,
I think that was a line out, tag out, double play.
Yeah, there was so much dirt. I looked up and there was so much dirt. It's like fog, no visibility. Can't even see what was going on.
We're right on the fence line. So.
Yeah, we're right.
0-1 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up. The wind going to hang that one up. Be up to Nieto, and she's going to come over, and it'll be in and out of her glove, and it will be a foul ball, and that will be strike number 2.
So 2 outs, nobody on. Here we are, 3rd batter in, and I think it's a 2-2 count on her. We'll see.
That is Molly Garcia.
Yep, she
and
plays.
The line and the pitch, and that one's going to be inside, and I think that actually makes it 1-2.
Oh, 1-2, okay.
We'll see what the ump has to tell us, if he will give us the signs.
All right.
And again, I know we are dealing with a lot of wind noise here and a lot of dirt in our faces. As Stinson looks in, gets the sign, outfield playing fairly deep, even though the wind's blowing in, pitch inside, and that will, I'm pretty sure that'll make it a 2-ball, 2-strike. Gets past Nieto, but nobody on, no harm, no foul. So it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. The number 3 hitter Garcia at the plate, 2 down. And the wind and the pitch, and that one swung on. It'll be a chop shot. Charging up is Gaitan, getting it at 3rd, firing over to 1st. Is it in time? Yes, ma'am. So score that one 5-3 for out number 3. Not the most conventional 1-2-3 inning you'll ever see, but she'll take it. We'll be back as Eunice Cardinal softball from the state tournament continues in a moment.
LP Gas Company and his employees are proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Bart, class of 1971, state champions of both basketball and baseball, support the kids with their academics and athletics. They realize that balancing both is challenging and appreciate their determination. Redbird knows the Eunice Cardinals have worked really hard to get where they're at, and they are cheering them on all the way. Bart and his crew say, "Go Eunice Cardinals!"
Parker Energy, family owned and operated since 2006. Their team is known for their hard work and dedication, big enough to meet your needs for transport, pump trucks, vacuum trucks, and disposal services. Parker Energy and their staff are huge supporters of all Lee County sports and academics. They encourage their young adults to go the extra mile, whether it's sports, grades, or just being a better you. Parker Energy Support Services, 2350 Avenue O, a proud supporter of Lee County Athletics.
Eunice Public Schools is proud of their Eunice Cardinals, the Eunice community, and the staff of Eunice Schools. Eunice Public Schools has anchored itself as an integral part of the Eunice community and takes school safety very seriously. Eunice Schools have continually provided a quality education for the students of Eunice through good times and bad. The Eunice School District appreciates the Eunice community, and they're proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Eunice is on the move. Are you ready?
As we return, as we go to the bottom of the 1st inning, leading it off, it'll be Michaela Pierce, and she'll take the first pitch inside from Valencia, and that will be ball 1. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Eunice winning earlier today to get into the winner's bracket, and the next pitch to Pierce is going to be on the inside corner. Good curveball thrown by Valencia, the pitcher, and that'll even it up at 1-1 Valencia, the righty, looks in, gets her sign, and she'll deal, and that one will float away for ball number 2. Again, we're still trying to kind of catch everything up here, as we were given stuff very, very late. So it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count in the pitch, and a little off-speed pitch as Pierce will chase it up high, and that will make it a 2-ball and 2-strike count. So the 2-2 count, no score, bottom of the 1st. Eunice got a big double play from Jones, who waits on deck, and the umpire going to come over and talk to Valencia. I think he's going to mention something about an illegal pitch and the way she's throwing it. We saw that called a couple of times in the 1st game, so they're keeping an eye on things. And they changed that, and they will make that an illegal pitch. So it'll be a 3-1 count now with Pierce at the plate. So now a 3-1 count. So Pierce gets the extra strike after the illegal pitch, and on the way, and that one will be up high, ball 4. And so Pierce will get the leadoff walk, which will bring Jones to the plate. So that'll bring Jones up to the plate with a runner at 1st. And nobody out, no score. We are in the bottom of the first. Jones gets ready as Valencia deals, and that one is going to be low. Gets away from the catcher and will roll back a little ways, and that'll put Pierce on the passed ball over at second. It's now a runner at second, and it's a 1-ball, no strike count to Jones. Again, the wind really gusting up here, and the pitch swung on and missed as Jones takes a good hack at it, and it'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1-ball, 1 strike count. Is taking her time. Valencia in the ring, and she'll deal the 1-1 pitch inside, I think. And the catcher handles it. And now it is a 2-ball, 1 strike count. So 2-1 the count on a breezy afternoon from here north of Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. The 2-1 pitch off speed swung on, and the wind just absolutely rips that one into foul territory.
And that was a well hit ball. It was a fairly strong hit ball, and she pulled it all the way, around, and it started off fair. And without the wind, I think that would have been a line drive shot fair down the third base line. Instead, it's just a strike.
Yes, it is. So that'll even it up 2-2. Next pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3 as Jones will go down swinging. So 1 down, runner at second for the Eunice Cardinals.
And that brings up number 3. First initials is M. We have a full name?
I do. I'll have to get to it. And that one is going to sail in the wind. And on the wild pitch, that'll move Pierce over to third.
So
with
Pierce,
everything blowing around, it's going to take us a little while to get everything.
Yeah,
so
I just had initials, but you had a game with
yes,
these
I know.
people
Nieto
earlier
at the
today.
plate with a ball 1 count. As Valencia, and the pitch swung on and missed. Evens the count at 1-1. So a 1-ball, 1 strike count to Nieto.
Okay, and Stinson
and
is on
Melanie.
deck. Stinson is on deck, and Rodriguez is in the hole.
And the runner at third is Pierce, and the wind and the pitch swung on. And Nieto gets a piece of it, fouls it back to the screen, so now it's a 1-ball and 2 strike count. So 1-2 the count, 1 down.
1 runner on. That's Pierce over on third. No score in this game yet.
But Eunice threatening here in the bottom of the first inning. Valencia in the ring will fire. Off-speed pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the right side, and the wind carries that one. And
it's a foul ball. Did she catch it?
Yes, she did.
It's a foul, though.
Yeah, she caught the foul, though, and so that means it's an open ball. And so Pierce will score. So it winds up being a sac fly out. So a sac pop out to the first baseman for Nieto, and and Eunice will take the 1-0 lead. So now it'll be Stinson to the plate with Eunice in the lead. And now Stinson up at the plate to try and help her own cause. 2 out, nobody on, and that one going to sail in the wind, ball number 1. Because again, everything we've got winds gusting up to 50 miles an hour, and we are out in it.
Yeah,
and the dirt is blowing and the wind is coming with it. So Stinson at the plate. It's a 1-ball, no strike count. And the pitch fastball, and that one is going to be inside for ball number 2. So the 2-ball, no strike count. Eunice with a run across. Managed to Frankenstein one together. And the 2-0, and that one's going to be low and inside, ball 3 to Stinson. Stinson at the plate, trying to help her own cause and keep the line moving for the Lady Cards. Of course, they win this and they'll move on to play 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, probably to La Rosa. You lose, you play probably Mesilla Valley later today, and that pitch low and inside, ball 4. So Stinson gets the walk, and so the second walk for Valencia. And Eunice is back in business with Rodriguez coming to the plate. So now Rodriguez will step in. Stinson stands at first, as they are asking for time while the dirt and the grit and the nastiness blows.
Yes, a very, very strong gust came across, and it's blowing straight into us. It's blowing from
and a lot of grit
from
and
south.
And the pitch, and that one's going to roll in, and it is going to get away from the catcher. And this is horrible conditions to play at. And these fields are dirt and grit.
Yeah, there's
and
one
sand
field. There's one field in this cloverleaf that actually has artificial surface. The others are it's completely dirt infield, and then there's grass outfield.
And the umpires are going to
it's dirt from
take a timeout
from behind the baselines all the way to the back screen.
And the Cleveland High School is completely surrounded by dirt.
Yeah.
So it was ball 1 to Rodriguez. So very trying conditions, both for your broadcasting crews, but also for the players.
For the players, the girls, sure.
It seems to be really bothering Valencia in the ring.
So 2 outs.
But you got to play in the conditions that you're given.
Right, 2 outs.
And the pitch swung on and missed. Evens accounted 1-1 to Rodriguez. Stinson at second after the wild pitch.
All right,
so a 1-ball, 1-strike count as Valencia shakes off Villafuerte a couple times. Now she's ready. And she'll deal that one, and it'll sail high and back into the netting. Actually, it's just chain link here. So another wild pitch and more sandblasting happening. Should have brought my other glasses. I have a feeling I'm not going to have any left after this one.
This wind is coming off of some clouds. It looks like a storm in the distance, and the air is starting to get a little cooler as well.
And the 2-1 pitch off speed and up high, and that's going to get away from the catcher. Stinson coming across and slides into home plate and will be safe, so she will score on the passed ball. And Eunice with a 2-0 lead now here in the bottom of the first inning, and a 3-1 count to Rodriguez at the plate. So I think the wind really messing with Estancia right now.
Yeah, definitely. It's affected some of the hits. It's affecting everything. So 2-0 is your score.
As Valencia looks in, gets her sign, and will deal the 3-1, and that one is going to be belt high right over the heart of the plate, and that will run the count full to Rodriguez. So it is now a 3-ball, 2-strike count, 2 down, but 2 runs across for Eunice here in the first. So Rodriguez will step back in. Fuerte gives the sign as Valencia ready to go. And the payoff pitch, and that one will be a riser out of the zone. Ball 4. So 3 walks in the inning. Keep things moving along for your Eunice Lady Cardinals, as now it'll be Ornelas to the plate.
And Ornelas playing right field for Eunice. Garcia, the left fielder, on deck, and Zamora, the shortstop, in the hole. So it's a 6, 7, 8 your next
And the first
3.
pitch going to roll in, and a throw from Villafuerte to Villafuerte, and that one is going to be behind the runner, so Rodriguez will get the stolen base. Eunice very aggressive on the base pass. Carla Ornelas.
The 2 runs that have scored for Eunice both reached on walks.
And they both scored on wild pitches or fast balls. So, well, no, one of them was a sac RBI for Nieto, but
right.
Yeah, the other one was a wild pitch. So Rodriguez stands at second. 1-0 count to Ornelas at the plate. And the pitch swung on and missed. Evens things up at 1-1. And they're going to try and they are going to get Rodriguez in a rundown. So Rodriguez goes, and she's just going to give it up. And so Rodriguez is going to be out 2-5 to 4-6. For out number 3, but Eunice will put a couple of runs on the board. We head to the second. Eunice 2, Estancia nothing. Eunice Lady Cardinal playoff softball continues in a moment from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Eunice has a friendly small-town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities.
Welcome back to Eunice Lady Cardinals softball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. For the Lady Cards, they get 2 runs on no hits, no errors committed by Estancia, and nobody left on as we head to the bottom of the first. For Estancia, it'll be Gonzalez, Lucero, and Cuevas. That is 4, 5, and 6, 2 up for the Lady Bears. With Dawn Morgan alongside, I'm TJ Miracle on a very windy afternoon. And the first pitch, good fastball. Gonzalez takes a hack, comes up empty. That'll be strike 1. As the dirt and the grit continue to blow, you can't even hardly see Sandia Peak to our left. There's so much dirt in the air. It's a no ball, 1 strike count. Gonzalez, Stinson will look in. Stinson will deal the 0-1, and that riser will rise out of the zone, even it up at 1-1. Stinson and Nieto are your battery. Rodriguez, Jones, Zamora, Gaitan, first to third. Garcia, Pierce, and Ornelas in the outfield from left to right. Stinson has what she wants from Nieto. Taking her time now, waiting for the wind to hit just like she wants it. And the 1-1 pitch, and that one is going to run inside for ball number 2. Pretty good pitch there, but just a little bit inside. So that'll run it to a 2-ball, 1 strike count.
Top of the second inning here. With Estancia batting, they trail 2-0.
And the pitch, and that one swung on, and that'll be a line shot, going to fall into shallow center field. Coming up and getting it is Pierce quickly. And that'll be the first hit of the ball game for the number 3 ranked Estancia Lady Bears. So that'll bring Trinity Lucero to the plate.
She's number 3, plays center field for Estancia.
Eunice still in the red and black unis, the red tops, the black pants, pinstripes, black letters and numbers Estancia. And red and blue, the red tops, blue pants with white letters and numbers. So Lucero, the number 5 hitter, to the plate. She'll take the first pitch and hack at it and dribble it foul over in front of the Eunice dugout. Eunice is the home team in this one, so they're in the third base dugout this time up. So a no ball, 1 strike count to Lucero.
Number 6, Ana Cuevas, the shortstop, awaits on deck, and then it's Chavez, the left fielder, in the hole for Estancia.
As Stinson ready to go, and she'll deal, and off speed, and swung on and popped out of play. And so Stinson now ahead of Lucero, no balls and 2 strikes. Outfield is playing, they're playing, I think, farther back than they probably need to. You're not getting one out in this wind the way it's coming in. Playing about halfway back infield in at the corners. And Stinson will deal the 0-2, runner going, and that one popped up and out of play, so the count will stay at no balls and 2 strikes. So the 0-2 count. As Lucero will settle back in.
It's important to note probably that this is the first game for Estancia today.
Yes, it is. They were number 3. The top 4 seeds got buys, and that'll be a slow roller. It takes a funny bounce and up into the noggin of Stinson. As the runner going to advance all the way to third. They did not get the runner at first in time. So now I'm thinking that's an infield single because of the hop that took, Dawn.
Well, it's hard to know. Is it the field? Did it take the hop because of the field? Was it a wind hit did the wind blow just as it hit the ground? I don't know, but I think that probably it's not an error.
So we'll call
it an infield single.
So the infield single, and then on the confusion is Zamora charged up and tried to get the play at first. Gonzalez moves herself over to third, so back-to-back singles. That'll be Ana Cuevas to the plate. Here's the coach Kemple going to come over, and he has a question about something.
So actually, the umps one of them has a question because the 3 umps are going to get their heads together about something.
Yeah, Coach Kemple had come over. Yeah, he came over and asked something to the home plate umpire.
Okay. And so 2 singles, back-to-back singles, have runners at the corners for Eunice, for Estancia though.
Eunice
in this
leading
at-bat.
Yep, 2-0.
2-0 here, top of the second inning, and no outs.
So waiting on the call, and sitting here by the official scorers table, we might be able to actually hear what they tell them it is, should anything change. So runner at first is Lucero, runner at third is Gonzalez. And they're going to say that everything is kosher and everything's just like it's supposed to be. So now that'll bring Anna Cuevas to the plate, the shortstop for these Lady Bears. So Estancia's Lady Bears now trying to get back the 2 runs they gave up back as Cuevas will step in. Stinson pitched all of game 1. Now he's pitched an inning plus in game number 2 today. And she will deal a fastball, and that one is going to hit the batter. So a hit by pitch for Cuevas will load him up. So Gonzalez will stay at third, Lucero to second, and Cuevas to first. Stinson hit 3 in the first game. I think that was just a case of the wind trying to throw the curveball and the wind pushing it back the other way. So now it'll be Chavez, the left fielder, to the plate. Outfield playing about halfway back. And the pitch, the fastball, that one comes inside. Nice job by Nieto. Keep it in front of her, and that'll be ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strike count. Nieto didn't let many get by her in that first game this morning.
Bases loaded, no outs here.
So a jam to be sure for the Lady Cards. As Stinson will wind and fire, swung on, and that one is going to be popped up on the infield. Nowhere to go. As coming over and muffing it is Rodriguez, as that one's going to fall and roll. That'll score 1, that'll score 2, that'll score 3 runs for Estancia as Gonzalez comes in, Lucero comes in.
Yeah, just 2
Cuevas,
came in.
Just 2 came in.
Yeah, just 2.
Yeah, Cuevas is at third, and Chavez is on an E3. There's nothing else you can call that one.
No. She had it in her glove, and I don't know if she got something in her eye.
They're going to call infield fly. So.
Oh, infield fly rule?
Okay. So she will be out on the INF, but it's still an error that allows the 2 runs to score, so we are tied at 2 apiece. And now it'll be Valencia to the plate with 1 on and 1 out, 2 runs across. And the pitch is high to the pitcher Valencia, ball 1, pitcher on pitcher matchup, as we are tied up at 2 apiece.
All right. Top of the second inning.
Yes, it is.
And just a 1 out now from the infield fly rule.
And Stinson will deliver, and that one is going to be away for ball number 2 to Valencia. Casados waits on deck, and then they'll turn it back over to the top of the order. Fuerte. So a 2 ball, no strike count to Valencia. A bit of a jam. Eunice trying to work through it here in the second. As the wind continues to howl and gust. The umpire actually asking for time this time. So now he'll turn it back over. I think we ought to take another time out here, Blue. So the 2 ball, no strike count. Very trying conditions, and the pitch swung on. And that one is going to be popped up, and I don't know if it's getting out of play or not.
It could be coming down on us for all I know.
As Nieto got rid of the mask, but promptly got a face full of dirt, just like we did. And so the count will go to 2 balls and 1 strike. I think we can say that pretty safely.
That's true. Casados awaits on deck, and then it would be top of the order, Villafuerte.
So a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Waiting for the delivery, and that one swung on, and that one is heading out of play. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-2 count. Pretty good crowd braving the wind today. And I love how they're allowing these GoPros up on the fence, but we can't video this. So a 2 ball, 2 strike count. And the pitch, and that one's going to roll in, and that will run the count full to Valencia. So the count goes full to Valencia. Great to have you with us here on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. So the 3-2 count. And the wind and the payoff pitch, and that one's going to be high for ball 4. So Valencia works the walk, and that will put Lady Bears at the corners with Casados to the plate now, the number 9 hitter. 2 runs across for Estancia. They're trying to add to it.
So we're tied up 2-2 here in the top of the second inning, and only 1 out and runners at the corners for Estancia.
And the pitch, and that one is going to run inside and taken second, and now they're going to try and get a rundown going, but we had a ball come in from out of play. It should be a dead ball, but the rundown is going to happen, and sliding back in and getting in safely back at third was Cuevas. Valencia took off. as Nieto fired to Stinson. Stinson then fired it over as they got Cuevas off the line and off the base paths. I really think this is how it should have been anyway, because we had a ball come in from one of the other fields right in the middle of that play.
And so it was a 1-0 count before.
And it's now I believe it's a 1-1 count.
Come on, killer. Just get a piece of it, baby.
So a 1-ball-1-strike count. Casados, the number 9 hitter, runners at second and third, one down. Estancia continues to threaten, and the pitch swung on. That one fouled off into the fencing next to the Estancia dugout for strike 2. So again, a 1-ball-2-strike count. Wind continues to howl, full of dirt. A 1-2 pitch on the way. Stinson with the windmill wind. And that one's going to be swung on. A high one gets a piece of it to just stay alive. That Casado's completely fooled on that one, Dawn, but she managed to get just enough of it.
Well, it was over her head. I don't know why she reached up and swung at it, actually. That was not a pit. That was not a strike in any way, shape, or form. It was way high. And Eunice is lucky that she swung at it, and so it's 1-2 count.
So 1-2 the count. The umpire going to ask for the assistant coach for Eunice to come out. I'm thinking it's got to be dirt problems, dirt in the eyes and things. Just giving
He's working with the catcher. Yeah,
giving
talking
Nieto,
with Nieto.
Give her
maybe a pep talk. Clear her eyes, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not being allowed to video.
But apparently there are people that are, so.
They're not supposed to be allowing anyone to video this in any way, shape, or form. Is that true?
That is.
Because radio, we were not allowed to video this.
That's right.
Okay.
Of course, we've been doing the video all season, but not allowed to continue that apparently, so. We're told that no one would be allowed
parents,
to, but apparently they're going to let that happen.
I guess these are parents. Are they parents of bringing their cameras up and trying to put them up, I guess.
And the wind and the pitch, and that one is going to be low
for ball
2. So a 2-ball-2-strike count.
Come on, baby. Just take one and get it good.
Of course, even if we were allowed to run the camera, I'm not sure we could get a camera stable in us in this wind.
No, we couldn't. And the 2-2 pitch ding-dong as that one is going to hit Casados.
All right, baby. Shake it off. Rub it out. Rub it out.
So that will load the bases because Valencia moves to second and Casados is on first on the hit by pitch. So bases are loaded and 1 out.
So bases loaded, 1 down, and that'll turn it back over to Karina Villafuerte. As timeout going to be asked for.
Yeah, this morning was really beautiful weather. There was just a bit of a breeze and not a cloud in the sky. And I watched in the distance as there was a bank of clouds off to the west, kind of slowly moving our direction. And the closer it got, the more the wind picked up. And now it is still off to the distance, but what we're getting is the wind off of it. I don't think it's ever going to move in and threaten us with a storm, but the way it's moving, we're getting the wind off of it.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And we are on the, we have not been on Hobbs America. We are getting that put up right now. We have been on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel. And the first pitch to Villafuerte is going to be in there, called strike 1.
Top of the order, it's Karina Villafuerte, your second baseman, up at the plate. And then the number 2 hitter is Gavi Villafuerte on deck.
Bases loaded, nowhere to put her as Villafuerte walked and stole the base her last time up, then got doubled off. And the pitch, and that one is going to be high, evens the count at 1-1.
So 1 out, a 1-1 count. Bases are loaded here. Top of the second inning. This game is tied right now, 2-2. Eunice versus Estancia, but Estancia is threatening to break it open right here.
And the pitch, and that one's going to be up high for ball number 2.
Stinson in the circle for Eunice. Nieto behind the plate. Rodriguez at first. Jones at second. Zamora at short. Gayton at third.
And the 2-1 pitch on the way, and that one is going to be outside. Ball 3. Nieto tries to frame it up, but
Garcia's in left. Pearson center, and Ornelas in right in the field for Eunice.
As the 3-1 pitch on the way is Stinson from the windmill line. Nowhere to put her, and that one will be high for ball 4. And that will walk in a run, as that'll bring in Cuevas from third. And that will give Estancia the 3-2 lead. As now Gavi Fuerte comes to the plate. She lined into a double play her last time up, but it was a hard shot right to Jones at second. And the first pitch swung on, and that one will be backhanded and in and out of the glove of Gaitan. That'll get 1 home. That'll get 2 home, as the ball going to be muffed around out in the outfield. And so an E5 will score 2 for Estancia, as that'll cash in Valencia. It'll cash in Casados. Villafuerte moves to third, and Villafuerte stands at second. So would have reached anyway, and so I'm going to give her an RBI, but she reaches on the E5. And so now it'll be Molly Garcia to the plate. Garcia 0 for 1. She'll take the first pitch high for ball 1. So now a 5-0 lead for Estancia, and they have batted around and still just 1 out.
It's a 5-2 lead.
5-2, yes. 5 runs this inning. And the 1-0 pitch, and that one swung on and missed as Stinson taking a little off of that one, and Garcia well out in front of it. So that'll make it a 1-2 count. Villafuerte at third, Villafuerte at second, and the 1-1 pitch swung on. That one is popped up over on the right side. Jones goes over and will make the grab at second base, and she didn't even hardly have to move, but she did have to sway in the wind a little bit.
She did have to play that ball against the wind, and that's not an easy job for anybody in this infield or outfield right now today with this wind.
So that'll be Sandy Gonzalez to the plate. Gonzalez singled to lead off this inning. Later came around to score 5-2. Estancia in the lead. So Stinson will deal. Swung on, and that one is heading up out of play for strike 1.
So Estancia has batted around. Gonzalez hit a single and scored her last time up.
Singled to center. And wind like this is when you really want to know that you've practiced hitting them on the ground, and that'll be a line shot out to left field and misplayed by Garcia as the wind caught it at the last minute. That'll get 1 run home, that'll get 2 runs home, and that'll be a 2 RBI double to left for Gonzalez, as the wind out there just playing havoc on Garcia. She loses it, and so the 2 RBI double, she never touched it. So that'll cash in 2 more for Estancia as they take a 7-2 lead.
2 outs though. That's the good thing for Eunice. They could just concentrate on this 3rd out.
Pitch to Lucero, and she'll foul that one off for strike number 1.
So 0-1 count on her. She singled and scored her last time up at bat earlier in this at bat.
7 runs across for Estancia in the top of the second. Now a 5-run lead, so Stinson will deal. Swung on, and that's a line shotted right into the glove of Gaitan.
She didn't even move.
I'm not even sure she saw it. It just wound up in the glove.
Her glove she was holding her glove at almost the level the ball came in, so yeah.
But 7 runs come across for Estancia. We've played an inning and a half. It's Estancia 7, Eunice 2. Back for more Eunice Cardinals softball in just a moment on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
And in the top of the second inning, Estancia put on 7 runs with 4 hits. There were 2 errors committed, 1 left on base. And we go to the bottom of the second inning. Your Eunice Lady Cardinals coming up to bat. And with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan. It'll be Ornelas, Garcia, and Zamora, 6, 7, and 8. due up for your Lady Cards, so Ornelas will step in to lead things off. Valencia in the ring still. After giving up a couple of runs in the first inning, and the first pitch is away and gets away from Villafuerte, but nobody on, so no harm, no foul, ball one. On a dusty, dirty, I think I'm going to have to definitely go get some air duster for the equipment tonight. So a 1 ball, no strike count, and the pitch swung on, and that one is going to be fouled over to the field next door as Ornelas came around on a pretty good fastball, just got on it late and fouls it off for strike one. It'll be a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Eunice trying to get some runs back. They won this morning 16-8 to punch their ticket into the double elimination portion of this. And now going to have to see what they can do to move on continually. And we've got a timeout on the field.
So
is the Estancia coach going to come out?
1 and 2 count?
It is 1 and 1.
Oh, 1 and 1. All right.
So the 1 ball, 1 strike count.
I'm still busy trying to get my book.
Mine's already a mess, so it's
put in because of.
Well, we've got a moment. I can tell you that Eunice Lady Cardinal softball brought to you by Redbird LP Gas Company, Parker Energy, and next pitch high, ball number 2 to Ornelas. Also, our great friends at Eunice Pump and Supply, the Eunice Schools, City of Eunice. Lasco Construction, 2-1 pitch. That one will be on the inside corner and leaving things up at 2-2 to Ornelas, leading things off here in the bottom of the second. Oh, the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Infield playing in for the Lady Bears. 2-2 pitch, that one gonna roll in. If Fuerte will block it, ball 3. I'll run it full count to Ornelas.
Actually, it's a walk. That was fourth.
Okay,
yeah.
I got one wrong. Good catch, Dawn Morgan.
So Ornelas on first, no outs. Garcia at the plate, and Zamora on deck. Gaetan in the hole.
So Garcia will step up with 1 on, nobody out. Eunice trying to come back from a 5-run deficit here in the bottom of the second inning.
7-2 is your score. Estancia leading.
No, Garcia will settle in. Valencia's first pitch swung on and missed as the runner goes. The throw down not going to be in time as a collision between the glove of Cuevas and a sliding Ornelas, but Ornelas will get there. It'll be a stolen base. And so Eunice with a girl in scoring position, and it was strike 1 to Garcia at the plate. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Again, looking at my at our tablet here, I think we could probably sell space on it to grow crops with the dust that's collecting on it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And the shirts we were wearing were black when this game started. They're brown now. And the pitch, and that one will be up high and bobbled around, but handled by Villafuerte. She'll hold on to it. The count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike to Garcia.
I'm sorry, the surface dust on my phone is so much. I can't see. Having trouble seeing.
1-1 pitch, and that one will be low for ball number 2.
Yeah. It's reflecting back at me. I can't even see through to see.
As the wind literally just takes Villafuerte off of her feet from the crouch.
Wow, okay.
Like I said, we've got 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts.
So it's 1-1.
And the 2-1 pitch, and that one is going to be on the outside corner, called strike 2.
2-2.
Now the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Ornelas worked the leadoff walk, then stole second. She stands over at the bag there. 2-2 pitch on the way. That one going to roll in. That one is going to get away from Villafuerte, but she sits on it like an egg and gets it quickly, and that'll keep Ornelas stapled at second, and it'll run the count full to Garcia.
So no outs, a runner on runner on second now. Yep, runner on second.
And timeout as now Villafuerte going to come and get a pair of glasses to try and block out some of that dirt that's blowing to her face and ours. Eunice Lady Cardinal softball also brought to you in part IPS Incorporated, XL Energy, NMR Pipeline, and the Outlaw Grill. So 3-2 the count as Valencia stalks the mound. Now she's ready. And the payoff pitch, that one going to roll in, ball 4, and so back-to-back walks as the Lady Cards in business, as it'll bring Zamora to the plate. Zamora, the shortstop, will will step to the plate. Aileen Zamora. Zamora will settle in with 2 on, nobody out. And the first pitch, and she'll wave at a fastball. That'll be strike 1. Keep everything from blowing away here.
So
Zamora.
0-1. Yep, on
Zamora
Zamora.
went 1 for 4 in the first game today.
This is her first plate appearance today.
And the 0-1 pitch, and that one is going to be low. And the count evens up at 1-1. Gaitan waits on deck.
And it'll be top of the order, Pierce in the hole.
So nobody out, 2 on. And the 1-1 pitch swung on, and Garcia gets, or Zamora, pardon me, gets a piece of it, stays alive.
For 1-2 count.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Still no outs.
Ornelas at second, Garcia at first. Eunice trails by 5, but threatens here in the bottom of the second. 7-2 is the score. And the pitch swung on, and that one is heading out of play and onto the dugout behind us. So the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
She decided really late to go for that, I suppose, protecting the plate, thinking it was going to be on the outside corner. I think she may have been right.
So with a 1-2 count awaiting her, Zamora settles back in and the pitch, and that one going to miss away, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So again, a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Lady Cards threatening. And the pitch from Valencia, and that one is going to go up and away for ball 3. Fuerte has to climb the ladder, gets it, but now the ball comes and is thrown away going back to the pitcher, and everybody will advance on a throwing error. You don't put that in the books as an error. Just kind of got away in the wind. So now runners at second and third, nobody out, in a full count to Zamora at the plate. Takes off the conventional double play, and the pitch swung on. Zamora gets a piece of it, and that one is heading next door. And the count will remain full to Zamora.
A lot of grit, a lot of sand and sting in that wind that just came through.
Yes, there is.
Okay, it's challenging for us, but man, I really feel for the catcher and the ump in conditions like this, because they're right there with dirt being stirred up all the time.
Yes, they are. And the payoff pitch comes in, and that one is going to be inside, ball 4. So that'll walk the bases loaded. And so now the Lady Cards with a chance to do some damage here in the bottom of the second. So Liz Gaitan to the plate. Gaitan, the number 9 hitter. And the first one will bounce into Gaitan. That'll be ball 1.
Bases loaded, nobody out.
Coach Kemple, you're just telling her, make her throw you a strike.
Because Eunice trails by 5. It's 7-2 right now.
But they've got the bases loaded, nobody out, and the pitch, and that one is going to get away, but it bounces and quickly back in to the hands of Fuerte. 3 consecutive walks issued by Valencia, and that was ball 2 to Gaitan. So a 2-0 count, as again the dirt continues to just mercilessly blow. 2 ball, no strike count. If we don't sound our normal happy selves, it's because we're being sandblasted. 2-0 pitch, and that one will come inside corner, called strike 1. Still runners on every bases, on all the bases. Zamora at first, Garcia at second, Ornelas at third. The pace of this one is really slowed down in the wind as Valencia will deal. Off-speed pitch swung on and missed as Gaitan will chase the riser, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Corner infielders are in. Bases loaded, nobody out, and the pitch swung on and missed. Gaitan will go down swinging, second K of the ball game for Valencia, and that'll turn things back over to the top of the order with Pierce.
So the good news for Eunice is there's just 1 out, but the good news for Estancia is the bases are still loaded. There's a force on any base, and infield ball could become double playable.
And the pitch swung on, and that one is popped up on the right side, and that one gets out of play. Strike number 1. And again, you don't have to worry if you're Estancia or Eunice for that matter, with the wind blowing like it is almost straight in. you would pretty much have to put a rocket in one to get it out.
Yeah.
You would not. So now you need to concentrate on hitting it on the ground and just line shots. Because nobody's getting one out, at least not on this field. Maybe out on field 1, but not here on field 3 as the 0-1 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up. It tails over into foul ground, and on the run and not able to make the grab is Chavez. Again, that's a...
she ran right
she did,
over
right to the fence.
To the fence and into the fence, really.
That is an out if the wind is not carrying like it is. So Pierce gets a break. It'll just be a long strike, 2.
1 out, bases loaded. Your score is still 7-2 here in the top of the 2nd inning. Estancia leading, but Eunice threatening.
So Pierce will step back in. Jones waits on deck. Zamora at first, Garcia at second, and that one going to roll, and that one is going to get away from the catcher, Fuerte, but again, she scrambles back and gets it fast, and will keep Ornelas stapled over at third. So now it's a 1-2 count to Pierce. As the Eunice leadoff hitter will step back in.
She walked and scored her first time up.
And the pitch swung on, and that'll be a chop shot. Could be trouble. Handled by Chavez, and she'll toss it to third.
No, she tagged the runner.
She tagged the runner, and then tries to go to third. So that will cash in Ornelas.
Ornelas scored.
So she tags Garcia.
Tags Garcia on the way to third. So 5,
Actually, that'll just be a 6 unassisted.
6 unassisted.
And Zamora stands at second now, and Pierce is on first with the fielder's choice. So Eunice gets one of the runs back. It's now a 7-3 score as Jones will step to the dish.
And 2 outs
First
now.
pitch swung on and missed. That'll be strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count.
With 2 outs. Nieto on deck, Stinson in the hole if it goes that far.
And the pitch, and that one is going to be upstairs to Jones, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-1 strike count. Zamora at second, Pierce at first. 1 run across for Eunice, but they trail by 4. As Valencia in the ring will deliver, and that one going to roll in. And a quick throw back out. It'll be ball 2 to Jones.
As the catcher, Villaforte, did a good job of catching that. I thought that was going to get by her and back to the backstop, but she was able to snag it.
And the 2-1 pitch on the way, swung on, and that one is going to be popped up as charging in is the third baseman, Garcia, not able to get to it.
And if the wind hadn't been blowing, that probably would have been caught too. So Eunice should breathe a sigh of relief because the wind just kind of blew that one, way out of Garcia's range.
Villafuerte and Valencia have a quick discussion heading back out to the mound as the count evens up at 2-2 to Jones. Who's back in, settles in, digs into the right side box. And the 2-2 pitch on the way from Valencia. That riser is going to be out of the zone, and that'll run the count full. I don't know, as the softball pitcher in the equation here, Dawn, wind like this, a nightmare to pitch in, I would guess.
Yeah, definitely. But you just gotta try to. It shouldn't change anything you're doing.
And the payoff pitch, that is going to be high. That should be ball 4.
I thought it was ball 4. She takes her walk.
Yeah, it is ball 4. So Jones will get the walk.
That loads the bases. Zamora goes to third. Pierce is at second, and Jones on first. And now Nieto up to the plate. She had a sac fly out her first time at bats, her second plate appearance.
Yep, her sac RBI last time up. But that'll run the bases full. Jones at first, Pierce at second, Zamora at third. And now the number 3 hitter, Melanie Nieto, to the plate. And the pitch, that one going to roll in for ball number 1. 1 ball, no strike count, nowhere to put Nieto. Eunice trails by 4, 7-3 is the score.
The potential tying run at the plate here.
Valencia will deal, and that one is going to be up and away, and the run is going as Zamora comes in and will slide home. So Eunice puts another one on the board, this time on the wild pitch. And everybody moves around as Pierce heads to third, Jones to second. So now 7-4 is the score.
And 2-0 count.
To Nieto at the plate.
Nieto at the plate. And now 7-4. Eunice is catching up.
So Nieto steps out. Now she's back in. Ready to go after the pass ball. Eunice continues to try and keep the line moving with a couple out. Swung on. That one's heading out of play.
Yeah,
for strike one.
The wind, the biggest problem is the distraction and the feeling of unsettlement. So to focus through it, it doesn't change your ball, it doesn't change your stance, your delivery, the way you hold the ball or anything.
2-1 pitch swung on, and that'll be a chop shot. Comes right back to the pitcher. Valencia to it. Fires it over to Gonzalez at first. 1-3 for out number 3. But Eunice will Frankenstein a couple more onto the board. We head to the third. It is Valencia 7, Eunice 4. More Eunice Lady Cardinal State Tournament softball in a moment from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
This community, IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
You've just changed the light bulb in the pantry to an Energy Star energy-efficient LED bulb, one that uses up to 90% less energy than a regular old incandescent bulb and saves you more than $55 over its lifetime. You just saved energy and money and did the environment a solid. What's next? Organizing the pantry? It's suddenly so well lit. Find our LED discounts at excellenergy.com/lighting deals. Excel Energy.
And in the top of the second inning, there were 2 runs on no hits, no errors committed, 2 left on base. And your score, 7-4, Estancia's leading. They're coming up to the plate. And with the call, here is TJ Miracle.
Well, thank you very much, Dawn Morgan. As we head to the third, it'll be Cuevas, Chavez, and Valencia, 6, 7, and 8. Due up for Estancia. They've got the 3-run lead here into the third. So Cuevas will step in. Hit by a pitch and scored her last time up. Stinson still going into her 10th inning of work today. And the first pitch, and that one is going to float off the outside. Ball number 1 to Cuevas.
So Cuevas is on deck, Cuevas is at the plate, Chavez on deck, Valencia in the hole.
That is correct, and so Cuevas waits on the pitch from Stinson, and Stinson will deal the 0-1. And actually with 1-0 and makes it 1-1 as she swings and misses. So now it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Outfield about halfway back. Field their normal position, swaying in the wind. And it's a 1-1 count to Cuevas at the plate. Stinson with the windmill wind, and that one going to be a jam shot. Jones bobbles it at second, gets it to Rodriguez at first in time. Whew, dodged a bullet right there. It'll be 4-3 for out number 1.
And I think if the wind hadn't been so much to deal with, that base runner, Cuevas, would actually have beaten the throw out.
So now it'll be Chavez to the plate, reached via an error her last time up. Actually, infield fly rule last time up, but an error scored some runs. And she will lunge at the off-speed pitch, and that'll be strike 1.
Yeah, way out in front of that. So Stinson taking a little speed off of it, got her to chase.
So 1 down, nobody on. Chavez at the plate, Eunice trailing by 3. And the pitch, rise ball, and that'll be a jam shot. Gets to Gaitan, and she'll fire across the diamond to Rodriguez in time. 3rd to 1st, 5-3 if you're keeping up at home. And there is 2 down, and now it'll be Valencia, the pitcher, to the plate. She walked and scored last inning. She's going to step in to try and
get a 2-out rally going for Estancia.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Eunice would like to go ahead and get her out, get back to the dugout. If Valencia,
clean inning if they can.
Right, Casadas awaits on deck and back to the top of the order, Villafuerte in the hole.
And Valencia takes a mighty hack and comes up empty. It'll be strike 1 on the pitch from Stinson. Winner of this game will move on to tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. The loser goes to the elimination game at 5 this afternoon. As the wind continues continues to just absolutely pound everybody. Stinson wisely, I think, waiting. Now she's going to go in the pitch, and that one's going to be high and even it up at 1-1. So the 1-1 strike count as the sandblasting continues. I have to go get the car checked on with all this sandblasting. So it's a 1-1 strike count and the pitch, and that one going to roll in, and that'll be ball number 2. Yeah, all except for field 1 here at Cleveland High School are all dirt fields, and we are surrounded by nothing but dirt as they continue to take stuff off of the topsoil for this subdivision here around the school. So there is a lot of dirt to blow. As the 2-1 pitch on the way, that one going to roll in, ball number 3 to Valencia.
She does a little river dance to keep from being hit on the foot.
7-4 the score. Eunice trails Estancia. We are in the top of the 3rd inning. As Stinson will deal the 3-1 to Valencia, and that one will come inside, ball 4. As Valencia will trot on down to first. Now Casados to the plate. She was hit by a pitch and scored in that 2nd inning. So Casados, the number 9 hitter, plays right field. She can find a way on. Karina Villafuerte waits on deck. Nieto flashes the sign. Stinson will deal, and that one will be a slow one and a little bit of confusion, but Rodriguez will get to it, and she will touch the bag at first herself. She looked like she thought for a moment that Jones was going to handle it and then took it herself. So Casados is out on the ground out to the first baseman. So a 2-out rally never materializes for Estancia. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Estancia 7, Eunice 4. More Lady Cardinal softball in just a moment from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Outlaw Grill thanks you for supporting Outlaw Grill throughout the years. Outlaw Grill has all your favorites, from savory soups to burgers. Porterhouse steaks, fettuccine alfredo, crispy chicken scallopini are just some of the all-time favorites. Outlaw Grill invites you to come in or call your order in 575-392-2012. That's 575-392-2012. It's a fast turnaround time for a delicious gourmet meal from the crew at Outlaw Grill.
And in the top of the 3rd inning, there were no runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. And we go to the bottom of the 3rd with Eunice coming up to the bat. They trail 7-4, and with the call, here is TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don. As I try not to blow away here, it'll be Stinson, Rodriguez, and Ornelas. 4, 5, and 6. 2 up for the Lady Cards in incredibly difficult conditions after a beautiful morning. In the first pitch, and that one is going to be high from Villanueva to her counterpart Stinson. Ball number 1. Kelly walked and scored back in the 1st inning. As again, we continue to be just absolutely pounded by sand and grit and wind.
A timeout on the field taken because of that, I guess.
Yeah, they're talking about something here. I don't know what it is, but while we have a moment, we need to talk about the good folks who make Eunice Lady Cardinal softball possible. And that includes Redbird LP Gas Company, Parker Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Schools, the City of Eunice, Eunice Clinic, Lasco, IPS, XL Energy, NMR Pipeline, and the Outlaw Grill. So the meeting at the mound is over. Stinson back in. Valenzuela ready to deal, and the pitch, and that one's going to be low and in for ball 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Stinson will settle back in. Valencia will deal, and that one is going to head foul out over the right field line and out of play. So now a 2-ball, 1 strike count.
2-1 the count, no outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 3rd. Eunice batting, and they trail 7-4.
Yes, they do. So on the 2-1 delivery, Valencia will deal it. Off-speed pitch, that one is high in the air, out to right field, but the wind going to carry that one and grab it and move it around. Casados can't get to it, and so it'll be a leadoff double to right for Stinson. So Eunice in business here in their half of the third as Rodriguez will come to the plate. Rodriguez, her last time up, walked and then got caught in a rundown to end the first inning.
It's her second plate appearance.
0 for 0.
And a runner in scoring position for Eunice.
So Stinson with the leadoff double stands at second. And so Valencia gets her sign and the first pitch, and that's going to be in there. Oof. Called strike one. Yeah. Nice pitch.
Beautiful pitch.
On Valencia. And she's ready to deal again. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch, and that one going to roll and get behind everybody and get away. Villafuerte, and on the wild pitch, that'll let Stinson move over to third. So Eunice just going to keep trying to chip away now. And a run just 60 feet away.
It's probably worth noting that not a single one of Eunice's runs today is earned. They have all come off of walks. Walks and errors.
The 1-1, and that a hard shot. That's going to come up the middle, and that'll be the first hit of the ball game for the Lady Cards, and it will be the RBI single for Rodriguez. So the RBI single cashed Stinson in, and now it is 7-5 in favor of the Lady Cards. So Rodriguez stands at first, and now it'll be up to Ornelas to try and move things along. Nobody out, a run across.
So Ornelas walked and scored her last time up. Garcia's on deck, Zamora in the hole.
And the pitch to Ornelas, swung on and missed. Strike one. It looks like Valencia's almost been trying to take a little bit off of her pitches to try and find the control that she's missing in the wind. At least the last couple of hitters.
Yeah, I have a feeling that she's usually a much better pitcher than she is doing here.
0-1 pitch, and that one will be a foul hard into the netting in front of the Estancia dugout, and Ornelas down 0-2.
I don't mean that she's doing a poor job now. I just think that the wind is really affecting her performance in the circle, and Eunice is the beneficiary of that.
And you play in the conditions you're given, I guess.
That's right, and you take what you're given.
And the 0-2, and that one's check swing. Did she go?
Oh,
yes, she did. So that'll be the second, make that third strikeout of the game for Valencia, and there is one down as now Garcia to the plate. As Coach Kemple going to come over and asking if she broke the plane. He wants an appeal. And the umpire says, nope, you made the call. There's nothing to appeal. Right. You made the call, so.
So it's the strikeout stands, 1 out and 1 on.
Third K of the ball game for Valencia as Garcia will step to the plate.
Zamora's on deck, Gaetan in the hole.
Coach Kemple going to argue a little bit about this here. Of course, don't forget, should the Lady Cardinals win this game, they would move on to play Tularosa at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. If they fall in this one, they'll have another one today at around 5 o'clock on the field across from us, Field 4, against more than likely Mesilla Valley. Because, let's make these girls play all 3 games on the cruddiest fields. So Garcia will step in, and the first pitch swung on and missed. She takes a hack at the fastball and comes up empty. And it's a no-ball, 1 strike count. Garcia back in quickly. And the pitch, and that one going to sail and get away and back to the screening, and so that'll let Rodriguez move to second. A lot of wild pitches for Valencia.
Yeah, a lot in the dirt and then real high. So some inconsistencies, and I really don't know. Estancia is a much higher seed. I mean, they're number 3 in the state.
They are number 3, yeah.
And I have to think that they've got, good pitching helping fuel that. And I think these conditions, for some reason, really, they've been playing havoc.
1-1 pitch, and that one's going to roll, ball 2. And it gets away again from Villafuerte, and that will let Rodriguez go over. That'll be a pass ball because she had that one.
So now Rodriguez is on third, and Eunice has managed to put one across.
And managed to cut it down to just a 3-run Estancia lead now.
This at bat.
A 2-run Estancia lead.
2-run, yeah, it's 7-5.
And it's 2-1 count to Garcia at the plate. And the pitch, and that one will be on the inside corner at the knees, called strike 2.
It certainly did look good from here.
So it'll be the 2-ball, 2-strike count, 1 down, runner at third, and a run across for Eunice, trying to chip away. Bottom of the third inning. Estancia trying to get out of it with no more damage being done. They want to take the rest of the day off. And the 2-2 pitch, and that one is going to get away. And here comes Rodriguez, and she will be in standing up on the wild pitch. And now it is a 1-run ball game between the Lady Cards and the Lady Bears, and it's a full count to Garcia. So that'll run the count full to Garcia. Zamora waits on deck.
Estancia undoing a whole lot of good that they had done at the bat to run up a big lead.
And the payoff pitch swung on and missed as Garcia will go down swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts, but another run comes across for Eunice. Now there is 2 down.
Well,
Maylene Zamora to the plate. And no, they are going to say illegal pitch.
What?
And so Garcia will move to first. So she struck out, but an illegal pitch.
Wow.
And we saw this in game 1. It went against Eunice. So now they're the beneficiary of it here in game number 2. So that'll make it, turn it from a strikeout to a walk. And Zamora comes to the plate, 1 out, 1 on. And a snap throw down. And back in over safely is Garcia. Playing with fire over there.
Yeah, so especially in these conditions, those throws are a little bit dangerous.
Yes, they are. 1-0 count to Zamora at the plate. And I don't know, I think
the ball got out of her hand. The ball, sometimes that happens when you're a windmill pitcher.
And they'll call that ball 2.
Yeah, it's a ball because it never made it. It made it out of her hand, but it didn't make it to the plate, so.
So a 2-ball, no strike count and the pitch, and that one going to sail and get away. Villafuerte, that'll be ball 3. And that will move Garcia over to second. I'm the Estancia coach. I'm not sure why I'm not taking a timeout and trying to settle this situation down. If you're Eunice, you'll take it for sure.
I think that Estancia is a team that doesn't normally probably get flustered and get rattled like this.
3-1 pitch, and that's ball 4, and another walk issued as Zamora now heads to first. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 walks issued through just 2 1/3 for Valencia. So now it'll be Gaitan to the plate with 2 on, 1 out. Valencia will kick and fire, and that'll be a chop shot. That one, and it'll find its way through into shallow center field. That'll get a run home, and we are tied. And a good throw in at third, but sliding in safely is Zamora. And so Garcia will score it up, and we are tied at 7 apiece. And for Gaitan, it's an RBI single up the middle. And there are Lady Cards at the corners, and we're tied at 7.
As I catch my book up along with this as well.
So that'll turn things over to Pierce.
And unfortunately for Estancia, you know, they were in a situation of 2 outs and had that strikeout call back, and that
on the illegal pitch
just really
so
has given new life to Eunice here.
So Pierce will step in as Gaitan will head down to second. Ball 1 to Pierce at the plate.
And now it's 8-7. Eunice has gone ahead, right?
7-7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And the pitch swung on, and that one will be high in the air to right field, and the wind going to carry that one over the head of Casados. That'll get home 1. That'll get home 2. And heading for 3 is Pierce, and she will have a stand-up 2 RBI triple. And Eunice now has the 9-7 lead over Estancia. Wow. How times have changed.
All right, so Gaetan came across.
Gaetan and Zamora both scoring.
Okay, so Stinson has scored. Rodriguez has scored.
And now Jones will step in. We'll recap in just a minute as they're trying to move this one along as Valencia will fire to Jones. That'll be ball one. So, yes, Stinson scored. Rodriguez scoring. Garcia scoring. Zamora scoring. Gaetan scoring.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 2 plus 2.
And that makes it 9. Yep.
That's right.
And so Jones gets a piece of that one and will foul it into the screening right in front of us, and even the count at 1-1. I think maybe she was like, hey, I'm batting here. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Valencia struggling on the hill. And she will deal and swung on and missed. That'll make it a 1 ball, 2 strike count. And the ball gets away, and they are going to call out of the baseline on Pierce. So OOB, and that'll be out number 2. And it's a 2 ball, 2 strike count to Jones at the plate. Nope, that's just 2.
Yeah, that's 2 outs.
That's 2 outs.
That's right.
That's just 2 outs.
It's just 2 because that one strikeout.
The strikeout by Ornellison, and the strikeout on Garcia got
yeah.
called back on the illegal pitch.
And Jones.
2-2 count. So it's a 2 ball, 2 strike count to Jones, and the pitch swung on and missed, and that'll be strike 3, and that'll do it. But Eunice will retake the lead as they put 5 runs across in the third. We head to the fourth. Eunice 9, Estancia 7. More Lady Cardinal State Tournament softball in just a moment on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Company and his employees are proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Bart, class of 1971, state champions of both basketball and baseball, support the kids with their academics and athletics. They realize that balancing both is challenging and appreciate their determination. Redbird knows the Eunice Cardinals have worked really hard to get where they're at, and they are cheering them on all the way. Bart and his crew say, "Go Eunice Cardinals!"
Parker Energy, family owned and operated since 2006. Their team is known for their hard work and dedication, big enough to meet your needs for transport, pump trucks, vacuum trucks, and disposal services. Parker Energy and their staff are huge supporters of all Lee County sports and academics. They encourage their young adults to go the extra mile, whether it's sports, grades, or just being a better you. Parker Energy Support Services, 2350 Avenue O, a proud supporter of Lee County Athletics.
And in the welcome back to Lady Cardinals softball in the bottom of the fourth inning, Eunice put on 5 runs with 4 hits. There were no errors, nobody left on base. And we are going to go to the top of the 5th inning with Estancia trailing. It's 9-7 now. They're coming up to the bat with the call. Here's DJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan, as it'll turn over to the top of the lineup. Villafuerte, and then Garcia. So 1, 2, and 3 due up. Eunice now into the 4th inning with a 2-run lead. 1 point trailed by 5 and have come all the way back to lead by 2. Villafuerte, the leadoff hitter, has walked twice in this one. So she'll step in. Stinson still in the ring, and the first pitch swung on, and that'll be a chop shot, and it'll go foul down the first baseline for strike number 1. So Eunice gave up the big inning in the second, then had the big inning in the third, and now Estancia, you're going to try and reciprocate here in the 4th. Top of the 4th, 9-7. Eunice in the lead. And it's a no ball, 1 strike count. Stinson still in the ring. She'll fire it in there. Villafuerte will take a big hack at it and get a piece of it and foul it off the ground and then up off herself. She fields the ball and gets it back out to Stinson. So the count will be no balls and 2 strikes. Villafuerte, Garcia for Estancia. And the wind and the pitch, and whoa, up and away, ball 1. It'll be a 1 ball, 2 strike count, top of the 4th inning. Katrina Villafuerte leads off. A 1 ball, 2 strike count as Stinson will deal, and that riser is going to rise up and away for ball 2. Infield is playing in against Villafuerte, at least on the left side. Outfield still playing fairly deep, even in the wind.
Well, Villafuerte walked and scored her only other plate appearance. So.
Actually had an RBI walk last time up.
True.
Swinging a foul tip, so it stays 2-2. Yeah, Walkden was left stranded in the first.
Right.
And walked with the bases loaded and scored in the second. So 0 for 0, been on base twice with an RBI. An interesting stat line. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Stinson will deal the 2-2, and that one going to be high for ball number 3. Fuerte with a pretty good eye. I don't think you're going to get her to chase anything.
Well, she is the leadoff batter, and leadoff batter usually is the best at getting on base, whether it's hitting or drawing a walk.
And the payoff pitch, and that one is going to be up and away, ball 4. And so Fuerte works her 3rd walk of the afternoon. And now Gavi Villafuerte to the plate. Lined into a double play in the first, reached on an error, had an RBI and scored in the second. He's 0 for 2 officially. And the first pitch swung on, and she's going to hammer that one out of play on the left side for strike 1. So an 0-ball, 1-strike count. Villafuerte at the plate. Villafuerte at first, and the pitch up and away. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike.
Oh, going to get her in a rundown.
And they are going to get the rundown. A good throw made by Nieto.
She slides in
and
safely.
She slides in safely, and the ball gets away from Zamora. So Villafuerte with the stolen base. A very contested stolen base, but a stolen base nonetheless.
And let's see, I think that was that a ball?
I believe so, yeah.
I think it was a ball
yeah,
to even up the
1-1.
count, 1-1.
Yep, that's what the ump just signaled.
Cool. Okay.
So, hey, we're on top of things for once. Not just the dirt on top of us. And the 1-1 pitch swung on. That'll be a slow roller. Zamora picks it up at short. We'll fire it over to Rodriguez in time, and Rodriguez will throw it across the diamond, but not in time to get Villafuerte. So Gabby Villafuerte is out 6-3 for out number 1, but it'll put a run potentially just 60 feet away. Is now Molly Garcia to the plate, 0 for 2 for the number 3 hitter for the Bears. Stinson will deliver, and that one will be low for ball number 1. Maybe the worst conditions I can ever remember here at this complex.
Although we've had some storms here, some storms and rain and even hail.
1-0 pitch, and that one's going to be inside corner, evens it up at 1-1.
This is some of the worst wind.
We weren't trying to play in the hail.
We've had windstorms here though too.
We have.
Yeah, lots of dust and dirt in the equipment before it came in and stormed. Yeah.
Yeah. 1-1 pitch swung on, and that one going to be popped up over on the right side, and Rodriguez not able to get to it in time, so it'll fall harmlessly in for out number 2.
I mean, strike number 2.
Yeah, strike number 2. I'm hoping for out number 2 quickly, but instead of out 2, it's strike 2. That's what I think I'm trying to say.
There you go. All right.
At this point, I don't know what I'm trying to say. The 1-ball, 2-strike count.
That's because we every time we open our mouth, we're eating some grit.
1-2 pitch swung on, and that'll be a ground shot right back to Stinson. She'll fire it over to first in time. They'll concede the run to get the out, so Villafuerte is in. So Garcia's, it'll be a sacrifice 1-3 RBI for out number 2. And that'll make this a 9-8 ball game in favor of Eunice. Clear the base paths. And now Sandy Garcia to the plate. She is 2 for 2.
Yeah, that was actually pretty dangerous. Nothing you could do about that. The batter dropped the bat over the plate, and the runner really almost stumbled in it. Wow.
And Garcia takes the first pitch and shoots it out into left field, I think.
Yeah, it was a line drive shot. Just really kind of a low line drive. Very well hit ball that nobody had a chance to get to, but well played by Garcia on left to stop it, throw it in. And so she keeps Gonzalez to a single with that.
2-out single, and now it'll be Trinity Lucero to the plate.
Yeah, and that was the first pitch that Gonzalez saw.
Yes,
she hit it.
Was.
Let's see what Lucero does. So runner on first.
Stinson will deal, and that one going to be up and away. Runner goes, the throw down, and that one is going to get away from Jones and heading over towards third. And then a bad throw over that. Gonzalez is going to wind up coming in, and we've got a tie ball game. So the tie ball game, a bad throw over, it'll be a couple of errors. You'll first have an E2
which allowed Gonzalez to go from second to third. She will get the stolen base, and then it will be an E4, which allowed Gonzalez to score. So 2 errors, and now we are tied at 9 apiece.
And Villafuerte.
And the pitch swung on, and getting a piece of that one is Lucero. And now it's a no ball, or rather a 1 ball, 1 strike count. So the 1-1 count. Lucero, nobody on base now, and we are tied at 9 apiece.
2 outs.
And the pitch, and that one is up and away, ball 2.
On Lucero at the plate. If she manages to reach, Cuevas is on deck and Chavez in the hole for Estancia.
And we hope it does not get that far. And the 2-1 pitch, and that one swung on and missed.
I think she got a little piece of
Maybe
that.
Ticked it.
Yeah, just a
Called
bit.
a tick foul, even it up, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
She had a line drive shot right to the third baseman her last time up, singled and scored her first time up. She's 1 for 2.
2-2 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the left
Could
side
be trouble.
of things.
Could be trouble.
And it will be. It'll drop in as the wind is playing absolute havoc on things, and then by the time anybody can get to it, Lucero's standing at second, so it'll be a bloop infield double. I'm not sure the last time I ever called an infield double, but we just got one. Thank you, wind, because it dropped between Zamora, Jones, and Gaitan,
they were all
with
standing
Garcia
there.
charging in, and then the wind caught it just as it hit the ground and pushed it over towards third. That's the darndest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, there were 3 of them out there trying to, for one of them to try to get it.
First pitch to Cuevas. That's a hard shot right back to the pitcher, and Stinson will toss it over to Rodriguez, 1-3. For out number 3, but a couple errors cost the Lady Cards some runs. We are tied at 9, heading to the bottom of the 5th. This is bottom of the 4th. This is Lady Cardinal State Tournament Softball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Is proud of their Eunice Cardinals, the Eunice community, and the staff of Eunice Schools. Eunice Public Schools has anchored itself as an integral part of the Eunice community and takes school safety very seriously. Eunice Schools have continually provided a quality education for the students of Eunice through good times and bad. The Eunice School District appreciates the Eunice community, and they're proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Eunice is on the move. Are you ready?
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back to Lady Cardinal Softball on Unisports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And in the bottom of the 4th inning, or rather the top of the 4th inning, thank you, the top of the 4th inning, there were 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors, 1 left on base, and we go to the bottom of the 4th inning tied, 9 apiece, and with the call, here is TJ Miracle.
As Nieto will lead it off for the Lady Cardinals. Valencia will deal, and Nieto takes a big hack and fouls that one up out of play for strike number 1. Nieto, Stinson, and then Rodriguez. 3, 4, and 5. Heart of the order, 2 up for the Lady Cards. All tied at 9, a back and forth wind-blown affair. And the 0-1, that one's going to roll, ball 1. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count.
Nieto, who grounded out to the pitcher her last time up and hit a sac fly RBI her first time up.
And the 1-1 pitch, and that one going to roll in and actually roll behind Nieto, so that'll make it a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Again, I think the wind is really playing havoc on these players and the pitchers especially.
It's
and everybody, the broadcast crew,
the mind, it's the mind of the players.
That one going to roll, ball 3.
Nope, that's 4.
Ball 4. So Nieto will work the leadoff walk, and now Stinson to the plate.
And except for 3 hits, this is Eunice has 3 hits in this game. 4.
Yeah, I've got 4. But
oh yeah, 2 RBI doubled,
and
2
the
RBI.
Pitch, and that one on the inside corner called strike 1 to Stinson.
An RBI single, so that's the 4th one right there. But they've made 5 of their runs off of either walks or errors.
So a no ball, 1 strike count. Stinson at the plate trying to help her own cause. All knotted up at 9 apiece. The leadoff walk. Nieto stands at first, and the pitch swung on, lifted high in the air. That's going out to right field. The wind gusts, and coming over and misplaying it in the wind gust is Casados. And so that will be the single. I think with the wind, we got to make that a single.
I think without the wind, that was a catchable. That's an out. Yeah.
So that'll move Nieto to second. Then the single to right has Stinson at first, and now Rodriguez to the plate. She singled up the middle her last time up. And now 2 on, nobody out.
We're tied up.
4th, and the pitch, and that one on the inside corner, called strike 1. Yeah, we are tied at 9 apiece. As we look towards the hour-and-a-half mark of this one. As the 0-1 pitch, and that one going to be an off-speed pitch that'll go outside. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike.
Yeah, and without the wind, I think we're almost done with this game.
I think so, yeah.
Time-wise, yeah, it's really slowed things down.
And I think we're in a much different situation. I think one of these teams is probably running away with it. I don't know which one, but one of them is that one's up and out of play for strike 2 from Rodriguez. As the wind is just playing havoc on both pitching and fielding.
And on the mentality of the players out there too, on the psyche, taking its toll.
So the 1 ball, 2 strike count. Of course, loser of this game still has to play another one in this junk later. In the 1-2 pitch, that one going to roll in, evens things up at 2-2. Yeah, loser of this game will more than likely go on to play Mesilla Valley Christian at 5 o'clock this afternoon. No, it's a 2 ball, 2 strike count. And waiting on the pitch, and that one swung on, and that one shot foul. Over on the right side, so the count stays at 2-2. We're waiting on some softballs to come back in. A couple of fresh ones coming in.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I thought my nose was bleeding, and I looked down, but it's not blood. It's sand.
So it's
it's not
sand mixed with sweat and snot.
Yeah.
And called strike 3. Rodriguez will go down looking. That'll be the 5th K of the ball game for Valencia, and there is 1 down for Eunice, and now it'll be Ornelas to the plate.
I think that was right though. That looked like a really good pitch with a lot of heat in it that came through, and really this wind, I'm trying to keep the pages of my scorebook from getting ripped out. They're almost both ripped.
Ornelas will step in, and she'll take the first pitch, and that will be a foul ball down the first baseline for strike 1. Again, finest facilities in New Mexico. You don't believe them, just ask Rio Rancho Public Schools and NMAA.
Well,
actually, we appreciate Rio Rancho Public Schools. Mr. Carver, a nice guy.
The wind would still be a lot to deal with, but at least if the fields were artificial surface, we wouldn't have as much of the sand and the dirt to deal with. The wind would still be as fierce as fierce as it is. So.
And the 0-1 swung on, and getting a piece of that one, Ornelas will pop it off right in front of us, and so the count will stay, or rather go to no balls, 2 strikes. So a no ball, 2 strike count. Other than field 1, they just really don't have the facilities for fans or media. And the 0-2 pitch swung on and missed as Ornelas goes down swinging. That'll be the 6th K of the ball game for Valencia, and that'll bring Garcia to the plate. So Garcia's walked a couple of times. Actually, I think we're going to have
a timeout.
A pinch hitter,
very, very strong winds. Oh, we have a pitching change?
No, a pinch hitter.
Oh, a pinch hitter, okay. Sorry, I put my head down.
As we will, that'll be Lorelei Key coming into pinch hit for Garcia.
And Garcia.
So Lorelei Key into pinch hit now. So it'll be her first plate appearance of the day and of the tournament. So the righty Key will step in. She'll pinch hit with 2 down now and 2 on. But Kimple must be thinking something going on here. Is that one going to bounce and everybody going to advance? As Nieto to third, Stinson to second, and
it's ball one to Key at the plate. With a 1-ball, no strike count. Key is the pinch hitter for Garcia. As Valencia looks in, has the sign, and she'll deal, and that one's going to be low for ball number 2. And a throw down to third, and that one is going to squib away from Garcia. Then a throw in at the plate, going to be backed up nicely. A throw back down to third, but you're going to have an E2 on a bad throw, and that'll score Nieto, and Eunice will take the 10-9 lead.
So, and now they've got a runner on third as well.
So
two outs.
And Eunice has put a run together. And the pitch, and that one's going to be low. Ball 3 to Key. So a 3-0 count to Key at the plate. And I apologize if this is a little with the wind noise and everything. If you're having trouble hearing it, there is nothing we can do about it. It's a 3-ball, no strike count. Key at the plate.
Yeah, there's no shelter in front or behind or around or anywhere to break the wind.
And the 3-0, and that one is going to be right down the pipe. And another snap throw down to third. I'm not sure I'd do that again for a while.
Yeah, cost him a run.
Yeah, it's a 3-1 count now to Key at the plate. Runner at third is Stinson.
2 outs, 1 runner on.
And the 3-1 pitch, that one's going to roll ball forward, gets away from the catcher Villafuerte, and Stinson going to slide in. As if Key is she just kind of trotting down to first. If she's hustling, she's standing at third after that series right there. But Stinson will score, and Key will get the walk. And so now it is 11-9. As checking back into the ball game, of course, it will be Garcia. So Garcia back to the into the ball game. And Zamora steps to the plate. 11-9, Eunice in the lead. The umpire going to take a moment and dust the plate off.
Do a little housekeeping.
Yeah, he needs to. I think we all do. Maybe we should ask him when he's done with that brush if we could borrow it over here for ourselves.
It's 2 outs, 1 runner on now. 2 have crossed so far for Eunice in this at bat, and they have a 2-run lead.
And both runs have come with 2 outs, and the first pitch swung on and missed by Zamora, and that'll be strike 1. 1-0 1 strike count. As Eunice trying to pull the 6-3 upset. So it's a 0-ball 1 strike count. Estancia's Lady Bears deliver, and that one going to be up and away. And a throw down to second, and Garcia retreats back to first. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. So 1-ball 1 strike count. With Zamora at the plate. Runner at first is Garcia, running for Key, who worked the walk, and a swing and a miss for Zamora. That'll be strike 2. So the 1-ball 2 strike count.
Of course, starting tomorrow, Lovington will be playing. They play their first game tomorrow morning at 9 against Gallup.
And is it on this field?
I think it is on this field. Field number 3, I believe so.
And the 1-2 count. It swung on and missed. That'll be strike 3. So Valencia will strike out the side, but not before a couple more runs come across as the Eunice Lady Cardinals retake the lead 11-9 going to the 5th. More Lady Cardinal State Tournament softball in a moment.
Town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities. The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
And then the bottom of the fourth inning, Eunice puts across 2 runs on 1 hit. 1 error is committed and 1 is left on base. We're going to go to the top of the 5th inning. Eunice is leading this one 11-9, but up to the plate is Estancia. With the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, as Stinson will deal the first one to the leadoff bear. That is Chavez, and it'll be high for ball 1. Chavez is 0 for 2, out on an infield fly, and then grounded out in the 3rd. Now she'll take the first pitch, 0-1, and the pitch from Stinson swung on. That one is popped up over on the right side, and that one is going to fall foul. And it'll be a 1-1 strike count. So Chavez, Valencia, Casados, 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Lady Bears. Eunice taking the lead, 11-9. In a score fest, in a windstorm.
And a back and forth affair.
It has been. As the 1-1 pitch on the way swung on, and that one will be a little shot, going to find its way through right behind second base before Zamora can get to it. So it'll be a leadoff single for Chavez to center, and there is 1 on and nobody out. Again, I'm not sure why you have anybody playing deep in this wind like this. Again, we are seeing 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts.
Luckily it's not sustained,
yes,
all the time. But I'd say, it's never blowing less than about 20-25 miles an hour.
Yeah, as Valencia now will step in. She's walked both her plate appearances, and the Estancia pitcher will take the first one high for ball 1 as Nieto will deal it down to second, and that will move Chavez back over to first. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Cards lead the Bears. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is popped up over on the left side. The wind actually brings it backwards and right into the glove of Nieto. She had to play the wind well on that one, and she did. But did you see that, Dawn, as it went straight up?
It did.
And then the wind caught it, and it moved it backwards.
Yeah.
So 1 down, runner still at first is Chavez. Now that'll bring Casados to the plate. Hit by a pitch and scored in the 2nd, grounded out in the 3rd. The number 9 hitter for the Lady Bears is in, and the first pitch on the outside corner, strike 1, and the runner goes. It gets away momentarily from Nieto, so no throw down as Chavez will be safe at 2nd with the stolen base.
And an 0-1 count on the batter, which is Casadas, the bottom of the order, 9th slot hitter for Estancia. 1 out, 1 on.
Eunice in the lead. We are in the top of the 5th inning. And the pitch swung on, and that'll be a slow roller right back to Kelly. Stinson over to Rodriguez at first. Plenty of time. 1-3 out, number 2. Chavez will move over to 3rd on the little ground out, and that'll turn things back over to Karina Villafuerte. So Villafuerte will step in. She is 0 for 0. She's walked 3 times and scored twice. RBI and a stolen base to her credit. Stinson will deal, and that one will be at the letters, but just a little above the letters, ball 1.
Yeah, she's got a pretty small strike zone, Villafuerte. So a little bit of a challenge to pitch to her to find that zone and hit it.
And the 1-0 pitch, and that one will be a fastball inside, ball number 2. And a pretty good eye on top of that. So runner at 3rd is Chavez. A pop out and then a ground out. And now there's 2 down for leadoff hitter Villafuerte. And Stinson will deal. Swung on, and that one's over on the right side, and that one is going to get out of play.
Yep.
So strike number 1.
And probably would have been a ball had she left that alone.
So it's a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Chavez trying to come in from 3rd. Eunice hanging on to an 11-9 lead.
Estancia wanting to try to get at least a run in or try to tie it up in there at bat. They're trying to get a 2-out rally going. Eunice is just trying to get that 3rd out.
I think I've got dirt now in my fillings. I'm starting to feel them. And the 2-1 pitch, and that one is up high, ball number 3. Of course, you mentioned tomorrow the Lovington Lady Cats will be here at Field 3 against Gallup at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. If Eunice wins, they'll be playing Tularosa 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. And the pitch in the dirt, ball 4, and Sylvia Fuerte has worked
walks all 4 times she's been up, and now there's Lady Bears at the corners. And that'll bring Gabby Villafuerte to the plate. She is 0 for 3. Lined into a double play in the first. Reached via an error and had an RBI and scored in the second, then grounded out in the fourth. Now runners at the corners. Of course, the Eunice boys will play tomorrow at 10. And the pitch swung on, and that one will be a hard shot. Jones gets it, underhands it, and it'll be bobbled by the shortstop, Zamora. And so it will be an error that will score the run, and now it is 10-11 to 10. Villafuerte safe at second. Abby Villafuerte with the fielder's choice, but it's another error on Eunice. The E6 is Zamora just not able to hold it. So runners at first and second is now Molly Garcia to the plate. Had a sac RBI her last time up, and she'll take a hack at the first pitch, strike one, as Stinson is down. And she is not feeling good. She stepped funny out there. So we've got an injury timeout. She is holding the right knee, and she is not a happy camper. So with the injury timeout, we will be back as more Eunice softball in a moment.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
You've just changed the light bulb in the pantry to an Energy Star energy-efficient LED bulb, one that uses up to 90% less energy than a regular old incandescent bulb and saves you more than $55 over its lifetime. You just saved energy and money and did the environment a solid. What's next? Organizing the pantry? It's suddenly so well lit. Find our LED discounts at excellenergy.com/lighting deals. Excel Energy.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Outlaw Grill thanks you for supporting Outlaw Grill throughout the years. Outlaw Grill has all your favorites, from savory soups to burgers. Porterhouse steaks, fettuccine alfredo, crispy chicken scallopini are just some of the all-time favorites. Outlaw Grill invites you to come in or call your order in 575-392-2012. That's 575-392-2012. It's a fast turnaround time for a delicious gourmet meal from the crew at Outlaw Grill.
Bart Parker, owner of Redbird LP Gas Company, and his employees are proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Bart, class of 1971, state champions of both basketball and baseball, support the kids with their academics and athletics. They realize that balancing both is challenging and appreciate their determination. Redbird knows the Eunice Cardinals have worked really hard to get where they're at, and they are cheering them on all the way. Bart and his crew say, "Go Eunice Cardinals!"
Parker Energy, family owned and operated since 2006. Their team is known for their hard work and dedication, big enough to meet your needs for transport, pump trucks, vacuum trucks, and disposal services. Parker Energy and their staff are huge supporters of all Lee County sports and academics. They encourage their young adults to go the extra mile, whether it's sports, grades, or just being a better you. Parker Energy Support Services, 2350 Avenue O, a proud supporter of Lee County Athletics.
Eunice Public Schools is proud of their Eunice Cardinals, the Eunice community, and the staff of Eunice Schools. Eunice Public Schools has anchored itself as an integral part of the Eunice community and takes school safety very seriously. Eunice Schools have continually provided a quality education for the students of Eunice through good times and bad. The Eunice School District appreciates the Eunice community, and they're proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Eunice is on the move. Are you ready?
We are back after the injury timeout. Kelly Stinson was helped off the field, and we certainly hope that she is okay. And so Michaela Pierce will come over and take over in the ring as they will move Ornelas to center. I believe they put Key out in right. So it looked like she may have just stepped funny. So 2 down now.
2 outs, 2 on.
And
runners
the first
at first
pitch
and
from
second.
Pierce is going to be inside for ball 1. And no timeout asked for. Is the umpire going to come out and talk to Pierce?
Although there was already.
He's telling her, he's asking her about the way she's throwing the ball.
Yeah, I think there was already a 1-0 count on the batter?
0-1.
0-1, so now it's 1-1. So runners at first and second for Estancia. They have shaved this down to just a 1-run lead by Eunice. It's 11-10 here in the top of the 5th inning.
And the pitch to Garcia swung on, and that'll be popped up, and Jones will get it at second. And so the pop out for out number 3. But a run comes across, but Eunice loses their pitcher in the process. So we have played 4.5. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 11-10 in favor of Estancia. We will return more Eunice Lady Cardinal softball.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Eunice has a friendly small-town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities.
And welcome back to Eunice Lady Cardinal softball. In the top of the 5th inning, Estancia put 1 run on the board on 1 hit, but there was 1 error committed, 2 left on base, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Eunice coming up to the plate. They are leading this one 11-10, and with the call, here is TJ Miracle.
As Gaitan will lead it off against Valencia. She had an RBI single her last time. She will wave at 1, strike number 1. Of course, on Kelly Stinson, who went out with an injury. We certainly hope that she is okay. As Gaitan waits and takes a hack and fouls off strike 2. So a no ball 2 strike count. Gaitan, Pierce, Jones. That is 9, 1, and 2 due up for Eunice as the books continue to try and rip apart in the wind. As Valencia will deal the 0-1, and that one is going to be high. Or 0-2 now makes it a 1-2. Again, if you've ever been to this complex, you know that you can see Sandia Peak. You can't right now. And so a 1 ball 2 strike count. And the pitch swung on, and that one will be a soft liner to the second baseman. Villafuerte will get it. And so there is 1 up, 1 down for Eunice, as now it'll be Pierce coming to the plate. Pierce has taken over as the pitcher for the Lady Cardinals. So going to try and help her own cause. She got staked to a 1-run lead as she comes on in relief of her injured compatriot. She's still hitting in the same place she was. She had an 2 RBI triple her last time up.
She reached on a fielder's choice and got stranded her second time up, walked and scored her first time up.
Timeout asked for and given gratefully. Pierce now settles in.
And the pitch from Valencia swung on and gets a piece of it, fouls it off into the screen for strike one. So a 0 ball, 1 strike count. As the dirt continues to blow and howl and scald. As Villafuerte asks for time so she can turn around and clear her eyes for a minute. I'm right there with you, kiddo. As the 0-1 pitch, and that one's going to be outside, ball number 1. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. 11-10 our score. Eunice in the lead in the Wind Bowl. So it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Infield normal position, outfield normal position. The 1-1 pitch took something off of that one and got Pierce over the top of a changeup for strike 2. So it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count as Coach Gimple tells her, gotta watch it, gotta watch it. The ball is sloppily thrown back to Valencia, gets away from her.
It's easy to get disgusted, playing these conditions, knowing how much the game is being affected and still continuing to fight through it.
And the 1-2 pitch swung on, and getting a piece of that one to stay alive is Pierce. And you hope that the wind didn't have anything to do with the landing that Stinson got.
I don't know. I think she might have just stepped in a hole out there. You have to, as a pitcher, you have to stop from time to time and do housekeeping and fill up those holes.
And the 1-2 pitch and swung on, and that one will be fouled off, and kind of an inside-out swing that shoots it out into left field. So the count stays at 1-2. Well, on the bright side, I don't think we've got equipment overheating, but on the downside, we could probably go crops in it now. So the 1 ball, 2 strike count. I don't know, this dirt probably couldn't grow anything in it. Even the weeds are dead, so Pierce at the plate, 1-2. Gonzalez, Villafuente, Cuevas, Garcia around the infield for Estancia, first to third. The 1-2 pitch inside, evens things up at 2-2. Chavez, Lucero, Casados in the outfield, left to right. Winner moves on to play Tularosa tomorrow. The loser will play probably Mesilla Valley at 5 o'clock this afternoon. And the pitch swung on, and that one will be fouled. Again, the wind grabbing that one and ripping it over to the batting cage. It stays 2-2. Weather's supposed to be much better tomorrow. If you do not win this game, you want to win this game because you don't want to play again tonight. Not in these conditions. So a 2 ball, 2 strike count to Pierce. And the pitch swung on, and Pierce will get a piece of it and shoot it back to the netting. So she's fought off 3 pretty good pitches there from Valencia to stay alive, Dawn.
Yep, and with the 2-2 count, got to be protecting the plate and swinging at anything that's close enough to be called a strike, or at least try to spoil it off. If not, try to get the hit outright.
2-2 pitch, and that one going to sail, and that'll run the count full to Pierce, the leadoff hitter for the Lady Cards. One down is Gaitan. Little pop out to Villafuente at second. And now Pierce turns it back over to her. And the payoff pitch, and that one is going to be outside, ball 4. So the work walked, and now it'll be Jones to the plate. So an 11-10 ball game in a slow-moving game because of the wind as we click towards the 2-hour mark of this one. As another about 50-mile-an-hour gust hits the park. And now Jones will step in. Jones is 0 for 2. A couple of strikeouts, did walk and was left stranded earlier. Pitch comes inside, bobbled by Villafuente, and that will let Pierce move over to second. And ball 1 at the plate to Jones. The 1-0 count. Again, clouds starting to build, but I don't think we're going to get anything off of them.
Still off to the west of us. And there goes.
And the 1-2, and that one is going to be in there, called strike 1. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. So 1-1 the count. Jones is the hitter. Valencia will deal, and that one is on the outside corner, called strike 2. Pretty good pitch there from Valencia. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count.
Valencia looks into Villafuerte, has the side she wants. Villafuerte set up on the outside quadrant of the plate in the 1-2 swung on. That'll be a slow roller. Back to Valencia. Tosses over to Gonzalez at first in time for out number 2, 1-3. And Pierce moves to third, but there is 2 down now as Nieto comes to the plate. Nieto, a sac RBI in the first, grounded out in the second, walked and scored on an error in the fourth. So now the Lady Cards catcher will try and cash in the new Lady Cards pitcher from third. And the pitch, and that one will be inside.
Yep,
Corner,
strike.
Called
yep.
strike one.
He looked at that, took a time, but I had a feeling as soon as it crossed, it was going to be a strike. So 2 outs, 1 runner on.
And an 0-1 count at the plate to Nieto. In the deal, and that one is going to come inside, and that one is going to get her in the back of the calf. So hit by the pitch, and that'll put Lady Cards at the corners. And so now that'll bring Ornelas to the plate. Not Carla Ornelas, this is Andrea Ornelas, who is coming in to play right field after the injury to Stimson, pardon me. So Andrea Ornelas. So Andrea Ornelas at the plate after the injury to Stinson. If I could spell here. So there we go, Andrea Ornelas. And she'll have her first plate appearance, and the first pitch is going to miss inside, ball 1.
I don't know how that missed. It looked good from here, but we'll take it.
So we will, as Nieto will move down to second. So 2 on, 2 out. Estancia trying to get away with their first clean inning in the scorebook. And Ornelas, her first at bat, and the pitch, and that one will be in there and evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1-1 count.
Yeah, and Estancia is trying to hang on and get out of this inning without any damage done. They're down 1 run in this one, 11-10. Eunice is leading.
Yeah, trying to get it to the 6th inning. As the 1-1 pitch swung on, and that one's going to be fouled out of play on the right side for strike number 2. At some point, we may just need to put the books up and quit keeping up with them.
Well, if I had 2 hands, but I've got 1 hand busy with the scorebook, so. But that's the problem. That's the reason why my book is so unruly. Is that 1 hand I've got on my phone, and in this weather you got to have 2 hands to keep your scorebook down to be able to keep it.
And the 1-2 pitch, and that one's going to sail high, and even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fuente up and looking Pierce back over to first. Yeah, mine's not in much better shape even with 2 hands. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Ornelas at the plate. Andrea, her first plate appearance. And the 2-2 pitch swung on, and that one is fouled off and coming into the stands. And so the count stays at 2-2. If she can find a way on, Rodriguez waits on deck.
Poor Estancia's with the 1 strike away from getting out of the inning.
So Eunice trying to pull the upset over the number 3 team in the state. Knocked off the number 11 seeded Dora team earlier. Now trying to knock off number 3, and the pitch swung on. That'll be a slow roller. Charging is Garcia, bobbles it at third, fires it over to first, and a good stretch out from Gonzalez is going to be in time to get her. I don't know how, but it works. 5-3 for out number 3. So the first clean inning of the ball game, at least as far as the scoreboard goes, for Estancia. We head to the 6th. It's Eunice 11, Estancia 10. More Lady Cardinal softball in a moment.
To support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
And welcome back to Lady Cardinals softball action here, as in the top of the 5th inning, there were no runs on, or bottom of the 5th inning, no runs on, no hits, no errors, 2 left on base, and we go to the top of the 6th inning with Eunice still leading this one, 11-10. And with the call, here's DJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan. Your line through the first 5 innings for Estancia, 10 runs on just 7 hits. They've committed a couple errors and left 4 on base. For the Eunice Lady Cardinals, they've got 11 runs on just 5 hits. They've committed 5 errors and left 5 runners out on the base pass. So it'll be Sandy Gonzalez to lead it off for Estancia. 4, 5, and 6. Gonzalez, Lucero, and Cuevas 2 up for the Lady Bears. Pitcher is still Pierce, as she took over after the injury to Stinson. Ornelas and Ornelas now in the outfield. Garcia, Ornelas. So Gonzalez will step in, reached at a singler last time up, and she'll take her first pitch from Pierce inside, ball 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. As again, the winds continue to hammer us with like being in a sandblasting machine. In the 1-0 pitch, and that one going to sail high, ball 2. So coming on in relief, Pierce, I think she went on what she needs to do, just concentrate on throwing strikes.
Yeah, because if I were Estancia in this situation, I would probably, facing an unknown pitcher, would probably just make her pitch to you. Just probably the coach tell the batters up there, just take the pitches until it looks like she's going to threaten to strike you out.
And that'll be ball 3 on 3 straight pitches. And the 3-0 pitch, and she'll put that one in, and that was a good hit, but it'll twirl foul.
Without the wind?
Yeah, without the wind, that's a double.
Yeah.
As it is, it's just a long foul to left.
I'm surprised that with a 3-0 count, the take sign wasn't on.
I think that it was down by 1. You're trying to get something going against the backup pitcher. 3-1, and that one's going to be ball 4, as that one will bounce across the plate. So Gonzalez, the tying run, will head down to first, as that'll bring Trinity Lucero to the plate. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Eunice leading 11-10, as now Lucero will step in. She had an infield single her last time up. She'll take the first pitch she sees and shoot it out of play.
That was a solidly hit ball down the left, foul down the left third base line.
Yeah, I actually thought it got out. It actually hit the batting cage over there. So it's a no ball, 1 strike count. And the pitch, and that one going to bounce, and bounces into Nieto. As it bounces up, Gonzalez heads around to second, and now they'll throw it over to third. She's going to get burned. She got greedy and decided Eunice was maybe being a little bit lackadaisical, and so she's going to be out 2-5 for out number 1, as I imagine she's going to hear from it when she gets to the dugout from her coach.
Yeah.
It's a 1 ball, 1 strike count to Lucero. And the pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the left side, and coming over and not able to corral it is Gaitan. If she uses 2 hands, she has it. It was in the glove. Granted, she was on the run, but it was in the glove and then popped out, went back in the glove, and then popped out again. She uses 2 hands. There's 2 outs. Instead, it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count to Lucero. And the pitch, that one in there, called strike 3, ring her up and sit her down. And there is 2 down for Estancia in their half of the 6th. So that'll be Ana Cuevas to the plate. That is the first strikeout of the afternoon for Eunice pitching. And it comes with 2 outs in the 6th.
And I tell you, that put out at third is looking huge right now.
Yes, it is.
Because without it, that was...
Pitch to Cuevas. That's a hard shot on the ground. Knocked down at first by Rodriguez, who will pick it up and step on the bag at third. And it is not a conventional 3 up, 3 down, but it is 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Eunice 10. Eunice leading Estancia 11-10. More Lady Cardinals softball in a moment.
Proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
You've just changed the light bulb in the pantry to an Energy Star energy-efficient LED bulb, one that uses up to 90% less energy than a regular old incandescent bulb and saves you more than $55 over its lifetime. You just saved energy and money and did the environment a solid. What's next? Organizing the pantry? It's suddenly so well lit. Find our LED discounts at excellenergy.com/lighting deals. Excel Energy.
Welcome back to Lady Cardinal softball for the state tournament. And in the top of the 6th inning, there were no runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Eunice coming up to the bat. They lead this one 11-10, and with the call, here's DJ Miracle.
If I can see it through the grit and the wind, Rodriguez will step in. Rodriguez, Ornelas, and Garcia's Valencia kick and fire fastball inside corner, strike one. Rodriguez a strikeout victim her last time up. Singled and scored back in the 3rd. So it's a no ball, 1 strike count. Winner will play again in this stuff at 5. And the pitch, and that one is inside, ball 1. The loser, or rather the loser plays at 5. The winner gets off until tomorrow morning. Ow! God bless.
Sorry.
1-1 pitch, I'm aware of that.
Spitting out dirt, sorry.
Yeah, I know, me
I'm
too.
Sorry. It's just I couldn't take over because
we were
both dirt.
Yeah, we were both getting it. So it's a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Miserable conditions. But Eunice in the lead. And the pitch swung on, and that one is hit high in the air out to right field, and it's going to fall foul. So just a long strike 2 on Rodriguez. So a 2-ball, 2 strike count. We better win this game. I don't think we got time to go back to the hotel and get the dirt out of our eyes. So a 2-ball, 2 strike count. You have an eye wash station out here. And the 2-2 pitch, and that'll be inside, ball 3. Maybe a ventilator too. All the junk we're inhaling. So a 3-ball, 2 strike count. Rodriguez leading it off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the payoff pitch from Valencia is high, ball 4. Rodriguez will work the leadoff walk, and that'll bring Carlo Ornelas to the plate. You know, if you're Eunice, you're going to the 7th inning in the lead. You want an insurance run or 2 or 3 or 5 if you can get them. And I bring Carlo Ornelas to the plate. Ornelas 0 for 2. Did walk and score back in the 2nd. Coach Wimple, this may be when you play small ball, and he'll show bunt. They'll pull it back, snap throw down to first, and that one is going to be sailing out to the fence as Rodriguez will head over to second. On the throwing error as that one sailed on the catcher via Fuerte. And it was, I believe it was ball 1 at the plate to Ornelas. I think she got it pulled back in time. So a 1-ball, no strike count. She'll show bunt, pull it back, and that one will sail high for ball 2. So the 2-1 count. So you think you want to be a sportscaster, kid? Go sit in a wind tunnel and have somebody dump sand on you.
I wish it were that
and
easy.
2-0 pitch, and that one will be inside corner, called strike 1.
Yeah. Run the board and the spots in your case, and an electronic
scoreboard in
yours.
Yeah.
with a phone in one hand, a scorebook in the other. This is crazy.
2-1 pitch, ding dong, as that one's going to come in and hit Ornelas in the left shoulder. So she's hit by the pitch, and she'll trot down to first. And that'll bring Garcia to the plate now. So runners at first and second.
Did we start with Zamora?
We started with Rodriguez. So you're off somewhere. And so now it'll be Garcia to the plate.
Garcia. Okay. And Ornelas
is at first after being hit by the pitch. And the pitch, and Garcia takes a big hack and comes up empty. That'll be strike one. Oh, it's a no ball, 1 strike count. Garcia with runners at first and second. Nobody out. Eunice would like some insurance runs, leading by just a run. And the pitch, and that one will be on the outside corner. Called strike 2, so a no ball, 2 strike count. Zamora waits on deck. So 0-2 the count. Garcia trying to get the line moving for Eunice and keep it moving. And the pitch swung on and missed. She'll go down on strikes. That'll be the 7th strikeout of the ball game for Valencia, and there's 1 down for Eunice here in their half of the 6th. So now it'll be Zamora to the plate. Zamora 0 for 1, but has walked twice and scored twice. No, actually, we're going to have a pinch hitter in the ball game. It'll be Emma Garrett coming in to pinch hit for Zamora. So Garrett on to pinch hit for Zamora with 2 on and 1 out. As the Eunice Lady Cardinals lead by 1, and it'd like to extend that out going to the 7th. Valencia still in the ring, will deal, and Garrett will hack over a low fastball for strike 1. She looks out, and Coach Kemple says make sure they're up in the strike zone. So a no ball, 1 strike count.
Eunice with 1 out, 2 on.
Pitch
Runners
to Garrett
at first
inside,
and
that one is going to get away from Villafuerte, and that'll move everybody up. Rodriguez to third, Ornelas to second. And ball 1 to Garrett at the plate. So it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. 1 down for Eunice. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. They have a 1-run lead. And Valencia tosses inside, and a snap throw down to third. Back in safely over there is Rodriguez. It'll be ball 2 at the plate to Garrett. So the 2 ball, 1 strike count. And the 2-1 pitch, and that one is going to get away from the catcher Villafuerte, and the throw in at the plate, sliding in, and got her in time. As coach just says, I guess so. So 2-1, Rodriguez is burned down at the plate for out number 2. It was ball number 3 to Garrett at the plate, and it'll move Ornelas over to third. But there is now 2 down for Eunice here in the 6th. 3-1 count to Garrett at the plate. We head towards 3:15 in the afternoon on this Wednesday, and the 3-1 pitch swung on and missed.
So a full count.
That'll be a full count now to Garrett. So Eunice trying to steal a run, still leads this one. Highest score of 11-10. And the number 8 hitter Garrett on pinch hitting, trying to find a way on. As Valencia will deal, and that one will be high, ball 4. So Garrett will work the 2-out walk.
Well, maybe now.
Now they're saying 3-2.
Right.
I had an extra pitch in there somewhere. So now it'll just be a 3-2 count. Gonna run it full. As Garrett prepares, Valencia will fire, and that one will be off the outside corner. That'll be ball 4 as Garrett trots down to first. So now there's Lady Cards at the corners as Gaitan will come to the plate. Gaitan with a line out to the second baseman Villafuerte her last time up. And we will have a pinch runner go into the ball game for Garrett. Actually coming back in to run for her will be,
I think Zamora.
Yeah, it's Zamora. So now it'll be Gaitan with 2 outs, number 9 hitter for the Lady Cards. They'd still like to get a couple of insurance runs on the board, and Gaitan will take the first one she sees and pop it up on the right side. The wind gonna hold it in. Nope, it'll carry it out for strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count to Gaitan at the plate. Zamora stands at first, and you got Ornelas at third. Eunice has taken advantage of a walk and then a hit batter, but cost themselves an out trying to come home. So a no ball, 1 strike count. And the pitch swung on, and that one is to shallow center field. That one is going to drop in, and that'll get the insurance run across as they throw down to third, and it is going to get away from the third baseman, Garcia, as that is going to move everybody around. It is an RBI single, though, to center for Gaitan, and Eunice will take the 12-10 lead. Zamora now stands at third, Gaitan at second, and it turns back over to the top of the lineup with Pierce. 12-10 the score. And timeout going to be asked for by the Estancia coach, as she's going to come out and I think claim that, I don't know what she could be claiming here.
I don't know.
There was no play at the plate, and the umps are going to talk about something, though, so I'm not sure what they could be discussing, because the ball got thrown away, and that let Zamora go to third, but it never left the field of play, which means it's not a dead ball, which would be an automatic 2 bases, which if you're the coach for Estancia, you don't want that, because that would mean the run scores.
Right. They're saying safe.
Yeah, she should be. And so it'll be Pierce. So I'm guessing she's saying that it was a dead ball when it got thrown away. No, coach, it never left the field. So, and if it did, then that run scores. So Pierce will step in. She walked her last time up, got left stranded. So you got 2 on, still got 2 out, 1 run across this inning for the Lady Cards, trying to pull the upset. And the first pitch, Pierce will foul it back into the screening for strike 1.
She was at bat for about 37 years her last time up. Finally worked the walk.
Yeah, she did fight off.
Got stranded at third.
Yeah, fought off a whole bunch of good pitches. Yeah, took that one probably about 10, 12 pitches in. And the 0-1 delivery, and that one is going to be just low for ball 1.
Yeah, thought it was going to be a call strike.
That was pretty close, maybe a little too close to take. The 1 ball, 1 strike count. Spears out now, she's back in. And the 1-1 pitch swung on, and that'll be a slow roller. Charging is going to be Garcia from third, fires over to first, not in time to get the speedy Pierce, and that'll get another run home. It'll be an infield RBI single for Pierce.
Well, some odd fielding was going on there anyway. The third baseman came in and scooped that up in front of the shortstop, and then, you know, had trouble getting it out of her glove. I think if the shortstop had taken that herself, that might have been an out.
And the first pitch to Jones is going to be belt high in there, strike 1. Yeah, that was a bit odd when Garcia cut off Chavez to get that one. But now it's 13-10 in favor of Eunice. The 3-run lead. Pitch to Jones at the plate, swung on, gets a piece of it, fouls it back. So the count will now be no balls, 2 strikes. Gaitan stands at third, Pierce at second as she takes off. Moves over on DI, defensive indifference. They're just trying to get this last out. So it's a no ball, 2 strike count, and the wind and the pitch swung on. That one's going to be popped up over on the left side. Could be trouble as the shortstop going to go over behind third, and Mavis will make the grab on the pop out for out number 3, but Eunice gets their insurance runs. We head to the 7th. It is Eunice leading by a score of 13-10. More Lady Cardinal softball in just a moment.
Is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Outlaw Grill thanks you for supporting Outlaw Grill throughout the years. Outlaw Grill has all your favorites, from savory soups to burgers. Porterhouse steaks, fettuccine alfredo, crispy chicken scallopini are just some of the all-time favorites. Outlaw Grill invites you to come in or call your order in 575-392-2012. That's 575-392-2012. It's a fast turnaround time for a delicious gourmet meal from the crew at Outlaw Grill.
Bart. And welcome back. In the bottom of the 6th inning, Eunice put on 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors committed, 2 left on base. And we go to the top of the 7th inning, and Eunice is leading this one 13-11. TJ Miracle with the call.
Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan. Yeah, 13-10 actually the
13
score.
13-10, sorry
As
about
Chavez
that.
will take the first pitch she sees from Pierce and foul it off down the third baseline, and so it's a no ball, 1 strike count. The 0-1 pitch, that one going to bounce in and even things up. Add a ball and a strike. Valencia waits on deck, and then Casados. So it is 7, 8, and 9. The last hopes for Estancia here in this game as Eunice looks to go 2-0 in the pitch, and that one the riser rises out of the zone for ball 2. If you're Pierce facing the bottom of the order here, Don, with the wind like it is, I think you just see if you can throw it in there, make contact. High for ball 3. Nobody's hit anything hard in this ball game. So it's a 3-ball, 1 strike count. And the 3-1 pitch swung on, and that one a line shot right to the shortstop, Zamora. So a line out, and there is 1 down for Estancia.
Yeah, and I just misspoke. It was 13. It is 13-10. Eunice leading by 3. I had the score bug right. I just misspoke as I was looking across my glasses trying to see through the dust on my phone.
Oh
there.
yeah, with the dust on the phone, the dust on the glasses, the dust on the eyeballs, the dust in the air. High ball 1, I'm pretty sure, for Valencia.
Yep, way high.
I've called games in a lot of conditions before, but this may take the cake. And the 1-0 pitch, and off speed and inside corner, yes ma'am, evens it up. Had a ball and a strike. Good pitch there for Pierce. Pierce not going to overpower you with anything, but so far she's pretty much induced just weak contact in relief, and swung on, and that one is going to be popped up, tailing in the wind on the right side, and will get out of play for strike number 2.
Oh, hello. Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh.
I'm right there with you. As we've had another gust and more sandblasting, I think I'm probably about scoured down to the bone now on my arms and face. A 1-ball, 2 strike count to Valencia at the plate. The pitcher trying to help her own cause here. And the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that'll be a chop shot, almost like a bunt. Charging up on it is Gaitan. Gets it, fires across the diamond, and gets away from Rodriguez. But there to back it up was Ornelas.
I think she beat out the throw anyway. Even if the throw would have been on time, she would have beaten it out.
So we'll call it an infield single, and since she stays at first, no error. And so that'll bring the number 9 hitter, Casados, to the plate. Casados 0 for 2. Hit by a pitch and scored in the second. Has grounded out a couple of times since then. So Casados with Valencia at first, and the inside ball 1. Fuerte waits on deck. She of the 4 walks in the ball game. So Casados takes the next one, and that one's going to be away for ball 2. A 3-run lead for Eunice. 13-10 is the score. As the wind decides to kick again, Pierce will deal, and that one is going to go river dance. As Valencia will move down to second.
I'm surprised. I really thought that did hit her. I'm surprised that it didn't.
It'll just be a 2-ball, no strike count.
But it does put.
And the pitch, that one sails ball 3, and Valencia at second.
Yeah, ball 4.
That was ball 4. So they must have had a pitch while we were getting sandblasted and couldn't see it. So that'll bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Karina Fuerte. Runner at first is Casados. Runner at second is Valencia. 1 down. And the pitch, and that one is going to be off the outside. Ball 1. So Pierce all of a sudden having a little trouble finding the plate. Nieto, again, caught a whale of a game in incredibly difficult positions. High ball 2. Even if they hit them, you got to throw them in the zone here. Don't want to give up another walk. And the pitch, and that one is going to be just high for ball 3. Looked pretty good from here, but a bit high. As we are approaching the 2.5-hour mark of this one. And the 3-0, and that one is going to be in there, called strike 1.
Yep, and the take sign was definitely on.
Yes, it was. So the 3-ball, 1-strike count. Pierce ready to go, and the 3-1. That one is going to be in there, called strike 2. Nice pitch from Pierce.
Now a full count. 1 out, runners on first and second.
And the pitch, and that one's going to be high, ball 4. And so now nowhere to put them, and that'll put the tying run on base. Valencia goes to third, Casados to second. Villafuerte at first, and now Gabby Villafuerte to the plate, grounded into a fielder's choice her last time up and was left stranded. Eunice trying to hang on to the 3-run lead, and the curveball is not going to break enough. It'll be ball number 1. If you're Eunice at this point, you will concede a run for an out, and they will. They're playing in. It's Villafuerte, and the pitch swung on, popped up over on the left side, and the wind going to tail that one all the way to the field next door and even it up at 1-1.
It was a well-hit ball. Eunice should breathe a sigh of relief that the wind picked that one up and took it foul.
Molly Garcia waits on deck. Villafuerte at the plate, and the pitch, and that one going to bounce. Nieto blocks it out, does a nice job. Ball number 2. The potential tying run is on the base paths at first. The potential go-ahead run at the plate. Just 1 out after a line shot, and the pitch swung on and missed as hacks that one and evens the count at 2-2.
And if I were Estancia's coach, I'd probably tell him now it's too late with 2 strikes, but I would probably stand there and
2-2 pitch, swung on, and that one is going to be popped up behind second base. The wind messing with it and coming over, and Jones somehow makes the grab with the wind moving it around like nobody's business. So a fly out to the second baseman, and now Estancia is down to their final 3 strikes of this one. Eunice trying to pull the 6-3 upset as Molly Garcia will step in now. As Pierce delivers, and that'll be a ground shot. It's handled by Zamora. She's going to underhand it to Gaitan, and the fielder's choice will end it in the Eunice Lady Cardinals victorious. Our final 13-10, and they will head into tomorrow in the winner's bracket taking on Tularosa. We'll take a quick timeout, come back and wrap up today's coverage as Lady Cardinal softball continues in a moment.
Town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities. The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
And welcome back. In the top of the 7th inning, Estancia put no runs across on 1 hit. There were no errors, 3 left on base. And the Lady Cardinals win this one, 13-10 final score. And with the wrap, here is TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan. 13 runs, 7 hits for the Lady Cardinals. They commit 5 errors. They don't kill them, though. And they leave 7 runners on base for Estancia. They get 10 runs on 8 hits. They commit 2 errors, and they leave 7 on base as well. So with the win, Eunice will move on to play now tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, I'm guessing, against Tularosa from over at the wonderful Field 4 at Rio Rancho High School. We'll be on right before 9 o'clock with that one. The Eunice boys will be playing at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. That'll be here on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel. Rosendo Caballero will have the call there. I'll have the Eunice girls tomorrow, and you'll have the Lovington girls tomorrow from right back here at 9 o'clock tomorrow.
That's right. I will. Looking forward to it.
All right, so that'll wrap up day 1 from the state softball tournament for us as the Eunice Lady Cardinals knock off the Estancia Lady Bears 13-10. For Tiff and everybody back at One Radio Square, for Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long. We're getting out of the wind. This has been an exclusive presentation of Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.